All right. Welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. Last time we've graduated from college, quote unquote. Um, we fixed up what did we even get? I don't even remember what we got. Was it a book? Yeah, it was a book. Learned some skills from the book. And then Jessica told us that Charles has gone missing in Gatorman territory, the swamps. So we went down here to see if we could find him. We also found out that there were two other people, quote unquote, missing. The son of one of the people in the fishery place, whatever, and the daughter of the other one. And then we found some guy over here in Freedom, and he told us that he saw them driving a truck together. So that's why I put quotations around being lost or whatever, or being taken, gone missing. They're just running away, pretty sure. Yeah, and then we got destroyed by these alligators, and now I'm trying to figure out where to go from here. So, um, just go here. See what we find. While sloshing your way through the swamp, you and Obi stumble into the most horrible situation you've ever encountered, a mosquito breeding pond. They aren't unusually monstrous or alien mosquitoes, just normal ones. There's a lot of them. Close your eyes for a second and imagine this, a swarm of mosquitoes so dense you... No, hey, don't close your eyes until after I've told you, or you won't. No, open your eyes. I said open your eyes! Alright, well, anyway, it's a lot of mosquitoes, okay? It takes ages for the two of you to fight them off and get away, and in the process, you sweat hundreds, possibly thousands of the awful little bastards. They're only worth tiny fractions of an experience point each, but it adds up. Cool. Alright, so I think Obi said this is where some of their hobos stay. This looks dangerous. Climb in anyway. Everything has predictably fallen off this table. This poetry... Fuck, I can't read. These poetry books are all full of slant rhymes. This would fail a railroad safety inspection for at least two reasons. It's a diagonal hobo, although I suppose from your perspective he looks normal. Talk to him. Oh, hi. Sorry I didn't know anyone was living here. I suppose I should stop being surprised by that. That's quite alright. I'm Pepperidge Dauphin. Welcome to my humble abode. Thanks, I'm Festus Thompson Jr. Nice boxcar you've got here, apart from it being a little steep. Steep? Oh, yes. You know, I've grown so accustomed to the tilt I hardly notice anymore, apart from when I try to play marbles. Your game must really be going downhill. Yes, quite. Alright. Why are you living in a boxcar in a swamp? Well, to be honest, it's been difficult to part with the old estate. This is as far as I've been able to get before the homesickness becomes overwhelming. How bittersweet. Indeed, I wonder could you spare the time to help me? I could be done with this place if I had a proper souvenir, specifically my father's collection of antique padlocks. And you can't get them yourself because of the memories? It's more a lack of memories. I've forgotten where the keys are. Sure, I'll help you. Thank you. There are 11 locks altogether, except they won't actually be all together, will they? I'm afraid not, no. Here, I'll mark the location of the house on your... This is a sponge? There's also something I should tell you about the house. Oh good, here it comes. I just wanted to let you know there aren't any ghosts haunting the property. There aren't any? That's correct. Not a one. My family never suffered any violent or traumatic deaths. Is this something you felt you had to warn me about? Not really a warning as such, I just thought you might like to know. Huh, well, okay, thanks. I'll be right back with your 11 padlocks. You are perplexed by the hobo's decision to sleep with its head pointing downward. Let's go to the Moonshiner's shack. You find an old medicine show wagon overturned in the swamp. Most of its contents have long since hazardously dissolved into the local ecosystem, but there's probably some stuff left. See what remains. A few damp toiletries and even damper medicaments. Medicaments? Eye drops. Cool. A healthy haul. Well, we made it here. I don't remember what's here, but... Yo, this rotten stump is crawling with worms, and the worms are crawling within it. A protein-rich clutch of worm eggs is nestled in an especially rotten niche. Grab those eggs. It's true what they say, the early adventurer harvests the worm eggs. Powerful Gray. It's a ramshackle cabin, or maybe a ram cabin shack. Step inside. Oh boy. A bucket? This pot has been demoted from soup to chamber. Blech. Whoever was here last must have left in a hurry. There's still a poker game in progress. Investigate. You draw your cards until you beat all the hands that were left on the table, then you collect your winnings. There's a spare car tire leaning against the wall here. Investigate. The tread pattern on this tire identifies it as a Lincoln, which sounds like an impressive piece of deduction, but honestly the top hat and beard were a dead giveaway. It's full of ashes, but they're cold. Seems like nobody has been here for a while. A couple of soggy bed rolls. A rusty old fire-powered still. You're pretty sure these aren't meant to be operated indoors. Okay. Whole lot of nothing. Oh, besides tracks. There's a chaotic mess of animal tracks leading in all directions. Take a closer look. You identify several sets of tracks leading away from the cabin. Hey, one of them matches the tread pattern on that spare tire you found. Follow the tire tracks. Follow the tire tracks until you lose track of them in the water near a partially submerged cave. Moonshiner's Cave. Pick up the cave. No fishing. Another one of those Gatorman campsites. Maybe the ones who kidnapped Charles came this way. Investigate. This campsite. Oh, I did. This campsite is similar to the previous one. A lot of Gatorman tracks and a lot of discarded trash. These Gatormen sure are slobs. You also find a 5/16 combination wrench labeled CW. Looks like you're on the right track at least. Charles dropped this 15/16 combination wrench as a clue to help you find it. Return it to Charles when you find it. Okay. Oh. It's a weird shadow pocket or pouch or something. Reach inside. You stick your hand into the hole, grab the first thing your fingers brush against, and yank it back out. Shadow rope. Lasso and confound an enemy. Shadowy pocket vanishes with an otherworldly pop. Oh, shit. This Ford truck has been fitted with Lincoln tires. That's a little ominous. Yeah, it's a little weird. Oh, boy. Hey, what's up? A couple of shady-looking characters furtively skulking in this cave. Hi? Hi. Hello. Are you Jarvis and Clem Schlitz? Nah, I'm Clem. He's Jarvis. Shut up, Clem. You might be a proie. Oh, I ain't Clem, and I ain't Jarvis. Relax, guys. I just saw the poster at the bus stop and got curious. I'm not gonna turn you in. My name's Festus. Phew. Well, that's a relief. Sure is good to meet you, Festus. What are you two doing in this weird cave? Got ourselves in a right predicament, is what we done. What happened? Well, me and Jarvis been brewing up some homemade hooch to sell. Been stashing it in the back of this here cave. But we got wind that the proes was on our trail, so we figured we better cheese it. Pull the old 23 skidoo, you know? Come to find a pack of the mean lizard varmints got into the hooch and they won't give it back. We was thinking we'd just take the loss and blow, but we had another snag. Kind of snag. I went and locked the keys in the truck. Still don't get why'd you go and do a fool thing like that for. I told you, it ain't like I went and did it on purpose or nothing. I'll see what I can do. Hey, you! These Gatormen have gotten into the Schlitz brothers' stash of hooch. They're popping the bottle caps off with their teeth, guzzling down the contents, and just generally having too much of a good time to take notice of you. Approach them. They growl at you menacingly, plainly too sozzled to just jump up and attack you. On the other hand, if you get too near their booze, they could change in an instant. Frighten them away. Wow, you guys are really into the baby formula. You must be missing some vitamins or something. Booze, good. Wait, baby? Yeah, we feed that stuff to human babies so they grow up big and strong like me. You hold up your arm and pat a barely visible bicep. Drink booze, make strong. Humans weak. Hey, now, I lived on that stuff when I was a kid, and I'm in peak physical shape. Want to see me do a push-up? I'm feeling pretty good. I bet I could do 2 or 3. The Gatormen are so disgusted by this, they drop the bottles and stop away without even pausing to beat you up. Nice. Boosh. It's Jarvis's and Clem's hooch. What's left of it? Grab it. You grab a case since you're heading back anyway. Jarvis and Clem can haul the rest themselves. Clem and Jarvis's hooch. This here hooch ain't nothing to shake a stick at. That's for damn sure. Hey. Jarvis nods kindly at you, but Clem is clearly fretting about their truck. I dealt with the Gators. You can get your hooch, at least what's left of it. You hand over the case you picked up. Well, heck, that's great news. Thanks, fella. We'll get to loading the truck in a jiffy. Leave them for now. Yep, it's locked all right. You could probably jam in the door if you had a coat hanger. If only I had a coat hanger. Sorry, guys. You're on your own. Okay, so we got the Moonshiner's Cave. Blah, 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 blah. We'll go to the house. We're just trying to find things. What do we get? You step through a copse of swamp cypress and to the edge of the gloomy clearing, quite but for the sound of dirt raining on an open grave, two burly men work hurriedly with shovels to bury the corpse of a gator man, whose epaulets, hat, and mailbag mark him as some manner of mailman. As the gator is swallowed whole by the mud, his gravediggers straighten up and look you in the eye, sweaty but defiant. You have stumbled upon the darkest and most secret part of the swamp, where sits a bird and gators, the Leathers brothers. Sure, step forward into the clearing.
Oh boy.
Nothing to see here. Nope, nothing at all. Nothing at all. The man observes you with monk-like serenity. Talk to him. Hi there, looks like you set up quite the trading post here in the swamp. The other man shakes his head. Paul can't speak. Can't or won't? Don't. How'd you become mute, Paul? Now that's a very personal question. Sorry. It ain't a problem, it's just a hobby of mine to make observations on the nature of questions. Basically, Paul lost his tongue in a poker game. It's awful. Back home we play our strip poker high stakes. Not at all. Can we trade? Hey, what do you got? You got a hanger? No? Goddamn. Jumping stone, pickaxe. You ain't got shit. Well. I don't have anything to sell really either, so. Good day to you. Careful of him, or he might tan your hide. Grate him. Something to say about the dead gator? Swear I didn't know he was a mailman. Would never intentionally hunt a mailman. Never accused you of killing a mailman. Ah, hell, me and my big mouth. He was in my way, you understand. Had no idea he was a mailman. Never would have touched a mailman if I'd known. My brother, he had nothing to do with it. Understand? I swear. What's wrong with killing a mailman? Listen to yourself. Can tell you ain't a hunter, all right. Most any species is fair game for hunting, but mailmen are protected by international treaty. Last hunter I knew who hunted a mailman got pulled up by the International Criminal Court and mailed to Mars. Never heard of an International Criminal Court? No reason you should have. So far, its jurisdiction only extends to the hunting of mailmen. Who are you? Me? Ain't much to my story. I'm a hunter named name of John Leathers, and if you can't tell from the accent, I'm from Albion. Albion Online. Anyway, Albion. As a child there, I hunted small game like mosquitoes and gnats. They then moved on to foxes and voles and such as I grew up. I like the game over here, but I've got my eye on the greatest hunt of all. What's that? Big picture. I'd like to build a ladder to heaven so I can hunt the dinosaurs. That's more of a 5 to 10 year plan, though. I don't think that's how either ladders or heaven works, but I guess it's good to have a dream. Wouldn't it be more practical to build a time machine? Now that just sounds ridiculous. John wipes his brow with the blade. I've never been asked so many questions before. You can talk the talk alright, but what about hunting the hunt? I got work that needs doing, but I ain't going out while they're searching the swamp for the sod who killed their mailman. If they find me, I'm dead. You don't have to be a leatherman to know which way the wind blows. Sure, I'll hunt for you. I love a positive attitude, and it's an easy job. 5 gator hides, that's all I need for you. For my project. I even know a place you might find them. Scoped it out myself, see? Easy job pays well. Couldn't be easier unless it was a smaller number of gator hides. What's this project you're talking about? Not so fast. Need to know I can trust you first. I better get going. Alright then. Bag of genuine leather. Open it. It's empty. It's only made of genuine leather. It does not contain genuine leather. The ambiguity is clear now, and the person responsible for the original description has been sacked. Wouldn't go in there if I were you. Why? Might not like what you see. Go inside. Because the egg is busted. God damn it. Told you it weren't a pretty sight. I was looking forward to eating that egg all day, and come dinner time, I only went and bloody dropped it. Sorry for your loss. I bet. Well, shoot. Oh. Let's go to the house. Huh. Damn, if only I had 9 moxie. Honk! A thundering honk rattles the tree as birds flee, fish hide. You do not know what creature gave this honk, but you know it rules this swamp through fear. Let whatever it is rule the swamp today. Another one of those Gatorman campsites. Maybe the ones who kidnapped Charles came this way? Investigate. Gatorman Fortress. It's another Gatorman camp, all right, and there's 4 more wrenches here. A 3132, 63, 64 one, a 127, 128 one, and a 255, 256 one. Charles must carry one heck of a toolbox. The wrenches are laid out in the shape of an arrow pointed toward a nearby hill. From the top of the hill, you can see some sort of fort in the distance, apparently hammered together one out of rusty scrap metal. That's got to be where the Gatorman took him. Gatorman Fortress. Grab the wrenches and combine them with the other ones he dropped to complete the set. Charles' wrench set. Charles dropped all these wrenches as clues to help you find. Okay, well, we have his location now. This tree has a hole in it. Conveniently, the hole is slightly larger than your hand. Honestly, for what is ostensibly, you know what, fuck that word, a horror game, we've had way too few opportunities for you to stick your hand into a suspicious dark hole. Reach in! Slowly reach into the dark hole. It's a damp, anonymous, and then, aye! You find a key. Sorry, that scream wasn't really justified. Dolphin padlock key. Mossy. This key is returning to the earth whence it came. Okie dokie. Looks like this car was left to rot. Unfortunately, it hasn't yet rotted enough for you to get past the locked door. Jimmy, god damn it, I need a wire. Store's padlock. The front door is of Dolphin Manor. What? Unlocked. Apparently, Mr. Dolphin's love of padlocks was unrelated to basic home security. Go on in. Right. What do we got? Vansworth Dolphin died of natural causes. Goldilocks Dolphin died of natural causes. Paisley Dolphin. Hortense Dolphin. Mopey Dolphin. Calpurnia Dolphin. This couch faces the wall. It must have been the Dolphin family's punishment couch. Fancy store-bought radio. Fancy servant cart. Investigate. It's one of those serving carts they use in posh hotels and in posh manor houses, apparently. With a big silver platter covered with a dome-shaped lid. Just the right size to hide a severed head or a roast of some kind. Look under the dome. You cautiously reach out and grip the handle. Take a deep breath. Slowly, you lift the lid, tilting your head to peek underneath. Oh, it's empty. Man. Enough fighting trying to defeat an army, if only you could get past the padlock, and if you were in command of the world's hoity-toityest military. Hoity-toity. One of those old fridges that people sometimes get locked into accidentally and asphyxiated. Oh wait, there's still all fridges. Oh wait, that's still all fridges these days. Maybe that's why it's padlocked. Sure. You got an item, recovered padlock. The fridge is empty of both expired food and expired hide in seekers. You do find a key inexplicably frozen to a block of ice, though. Key in a block of ice. Can't tell if this was done as a prank or by somebody trying to break the habit of fidgeting with their keys. Alright. The oven appears to have been colonized by scorchworms. Nice. You collect the hot ichor from the bile bladder of each worms. Logistic resin. Of all the debunked theories of how fire works, this one is the one we've all agreed to pretend it's true. In Pepperidge's father's house, there are many drawers. What about the sink? Hot rod. What am I getting? Oh boy. You find an empty bag nearby that you can use to hold any fish you manage to reel in. Nice. You caught a bit of wet potato. You toss it in your fish sack. Fish in a sack. Current value, 3 meat. This is a bag of all the terrible fish you've caught. It's pungent. You've fished a bit of wet potato. Any fishing? Handful of dirty water. Nice. Okay. Looks like you've caught everything that was there. Fish in a sack. You caught a fish skeleton. You tossed it in. Nice. Rifle through them. Oh boy. Deals your muscle plus 6 physical damage and heals you for 3 HP. Junk mail. New technology. Paperclip increases the target's stench armor. And a padlock. Wow. That's crazy. The humidity has turned most of these dry goods into stale goods. See if there's anything good left. Can of fruit cocktail. Variety of chopped fruit floating in syrup. If modern technology has produced anything better than this, I don't want to hear about it. And I probably won't because hearing aids haven't been invented yet, as far as I know. Almost nothing has escaped the moisture. Almost. Okay, so I got a frozen key. It doesn't go there. Oh, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it, Bella. Flush it. The dolphins used one toilet at a time, just like the rest of us. It doesn't work. Maybe something's wrong in the tank. Check it out. Dolphin padlock key. Well, here's your problem. There's a key. Stuck the float valve hinge, flange. Hooray! This medicine cabinet is securely locked. Maybe it's full of deadly poisons. This bathtub is full of streaming blood. Oh no, wait. Red is just lighting coming through a stained glass rose hanging in the bathroom window. That doesn't really explain why the water is still hot, though. Bish, hot rod. Big fan of your Twitch streams. I absolutely love your gaming content. I was wondering if you have a Discord server where I can connect with my Discord username. After a brief struggle, you reel something in. Glob of wet hair. Reduce an enemy's muscle mysticality max by 5. This would be disgusting even if it wasn't wet. No, I don't have a Discord, sorry. After a brief struggle, you reel something in. Saga use vanish. Heal for 10 and remove on fire. Oh, cool. I'm glad I'm getting items for all this. I've been needing that. Nasty goo. Looks like you've caught everything that was here. Cool. Dropping the frozen key. Dolphin padlock key. The nice warm bath causes ice to relax and it drops the key with a grateful sigh. Covered padlock. Activated charcoal. Styptic pencil. Styptic pencil. Yeah. One more door. Go through the door. Oh, God. Alright. What's in here? A shelf full of books about sports. The titles are all too boring for me to even tell you what they are. Wardrobes were very important in old houses like this that didn't have built-in closets to keep skeletons in. Check inside. Yo! I got a coat hanger. Work pants. You relieve the furniture of its contents and avoid your skeletal unless you count the coat hanger. Nothing's hiding underneath the bed except dust. Comfortable looking bed free of bloodstains or vaguely person-shaped lumps under the blanket. Check under the pillow. Ooh, shiny. Somebody must have traded in a key-shaped tooth. This nightstand has one empty drawer and one locked drawer. An eerie, ghostly sound is coming from inside. Voice. Toy box is disappointingly empty, not even a BB gun or a creepy doll. Maybe the doll's hiding elsewhere. I hope not. Some dirt in a planter where presumably a plant and a planter once stood. Store's padlocked. Unlock it. Got it. Look through the drawers. This fancy vanity which appeals to your pedestrian vanity. There's some leftover makeup in one of the drawers. Radium Rouge. The convenient thing about products with radium in them is that they're easy to find in the darkness of the coffin they'll ultimately put you in. It looks inviting, but nobody seems to have accepted the invitation for quite some time. Fancy nightstand. Search it. Got matches and a key. The fancy nightstand contents are disappointingly non-fancy. Can I open up this with that? No. Means I can open this up. Let's go through. Ooh, this workbench is strewn with bits and gizmos and bits of gizmos. Amongst all that, you find what looks like a miniature radio carved from driftwood. Grab it. A radio small enough to carry? Amazing. Maybe if you listen to it periodically, it'll warn you about any nearby monsters that are actually manifestations of your repressed traumas. Or maybe it'll just give you the baseball scores. Handmade radio. Build a better radio and the world will beat a path to your door. Better one than this one, I mean. You hold the radio up to your ear. A boy voice asks, "Gee, Pop, where'd you get all that treasure? Is it a cursed pirate horde stolen from the ruins of an ancient civilization?" Aha, no, son. Nothing like that. Just sound investments in perfectly normal and moral financial markets. These voices so eerie. Lots of boxes, but none of them say padlocks on them, and you're not motivated to search them otherwise. Who knows what grisly things you might find. You assume that Dolphin was superstitious enough to not store any padlocks on the east side of his attic. That's how you get family curses. Probably. Take the stairs. You hold the radio up to your ear. You hear a little girl's voice shouting, "Mom, Mom, terrible ghoul stole the key to my nightstand." A woman replies, "No, dear, don't call your brother Ralphie a terrible ghoul. He probably hid the key in the potted plant in the hallway like he always does." These voices so weird. Look inside. Hell yeah. Can I open this up? You hold the radio up to your ear. Ghostly voice wails, "Who stole my golden arm?" Then a boy's voice says, "Ah, come on, sis. Don't you know any other ghost stories? That's the only one you ever tell." Alright, that is weird. Thought this wasn't haunted. Open. Creepy music box. Deal your mysticality and spooky damage to all combatants once per fight. Okay. Yeah, it just plays the same stuff. I need to go in here. You hold the radio up to your ear. You hear a man's voice scolding angrily. For goodness sake, Agnes, you're obsessed. Obsessed with taping things to the back of paintings, just like your aunt one-eyed Calpurnia Dauphin. You'll probably die peacefully in your sleep just like she did. Okay, hold on. Look behind the painting. Hell yeah. You hold the radio up to your ear. Remember, Ralphie, says a woman's voice, you mustn't ever open the door to strangers. Boy's voice replies, okay, Mom, because it might be a kidnapper or murderer, right? Oh, I'm sure that would never happen. But it might be a vacuum cleaner salesman, and we already have one. Okay. Up the stairs. Really? Where does that key go to? Not the attic. Nothing's in the attic. Downstairs? There's something that I did not unlock. Oh, fine. You hold the radio up to your ear. A man's voice says, Ralphie, why on earth do you keep flushing this fish zester down the commode? Have you been possessed by some otherworldly or demonic force? No, Dad, I just thought it would be a funny place to hide it. Comes the reply. The basement of this swamp house is predictably completely flooded. You'll need some kind of breathing apparatus if you want to go down there. Okay. Let me see if I can use one of the keys to go into the... Here. No? I'd rather not waste the wire. I want to use it for those guys back at the cave. What do we got in here? Oh yeah, there's nothing. Nothing. What do we got in here? You hold the radio up to your ear. You hear a woman's voice saying, please be careful around the kitchen knives, Rebecca. They're very sharp. I keep them that way because, counterintuitive though it may be, dull knives actually cause more accidents. Yes, Mother, I understand. Oh, hey, there's this. Remember Ralphie says, okay, same. That was loud. I need another key. Well, I have a key. Where does the key go to? So it doesn't go to here. Fuck it. Got it. You unlock the car. Destroying the hanger in the process. Search the car. It's empty except for the glove box, which turns out to actually be a key box. The key inside is not the key to this car, and if you have a sense of humor like mine, you'll agree that this is a real shame. Sure is. Let's go. Click. You pop the lock off, and the door unlatches with an ominous creak. Oh boy, old Dolphin never got sick of tires. These cinder blocks are totally waterlogged. Hey, what's this? A small herd of gag maggots has made a foul nest in one of the blocks. You extract some of their excretions. Fustule and grudge. Some say that the most powerful tool is a padlock. It's really more the opposite of a tool, though, because it obstructs rather than facilitates what you're trying to do. Unlock it. Covered padlock. The tool chest contains one tool and one key, which I guess also counts as a tool, albeit an extremely specific one. So, 2 tools then. Handsaw. Deals your muscle plus 4 physical damage, causes 3 bleed. Oh geez, is that blood all over the... Oh no, it's just rust. Never mind. Workbench covered with tools, all rusted past the point of usefulness, even as bludgeons. Alright, I got the last key. Oh, never mind. Where does this key go to? Fuck. Fine China helmet, plus 4 to magical weapon attacks. It's entirely possible this is a gravy bone that you were just using upside down, but don't let that stop you. You open the cabinet door and examine the stacks of fine bone china. Wait, Bone China? Perhaps human bone China? Oh no, the brand mark on the bottom is pretty well-known company, so probably not. Anyway, you find a really fancy hat. Fancy hat. What does my hat do? Moxie and at HP. I... Oh, I can't use that. I was gonna use that for... Can I use this as a breathing apparatus? Can I do that? Damn it. Damn it. I don't have anything. The gas mask isn't gonna work either. So that's not gonna help me go in the water. Damn it. I think that's it for the house though. I can't get the last padlock. Oh, there's a jewelry box. Open it. Wow. It contains, to your non-surprise, jewelry. Perfectly normal jewelry. Bacon stone earrings. Delicately cut stones and delicately cut stones and delicately twisted hooks. Pure elegance for the ear who knows what it wants and knows how to get it. Inspiring ring. This ring is so nice that it makes everybody within a 10-foot radius of it seem more powerful. Increases your companion's muscle mysticality and knocks by 2 at the start of combat. That's nice. What isn't nice is I can't get into this goddamn locked chest. Well, I guess this will be another one where I have to wait. That's a shame. What was at the Gatorman Village? Now here's the sad sight. Old house abandoned long ago to the swamp, half sunk in the wet muck that passes in these parts for roads. Might have been a nice family lived in that house one time. Now you look at it, the shame at it is all. Go inside. Jeepers creepers, there's a bandit shot dead on the floor right in the foyer. Must have come here looking for treasure from the look of it. It wasn't the only one. Oh, the stink of death hangs heavy in this place, alright. Explore. Holy gosh, sitting room is littered with bodies. 3 more bandits in the entire defensive line of the Ocean City football team. Obvious what happened. Bandits and football players got sold the same line on a buried treasure by some shifty rumor monger. Both groups came here searching for their fortune, ran into each other, and everyone got shot to pieces. Wherever that bubble dealer who sold him the tip is now, he'd better be smiling. Keep exploring. Oh, he's here in the kitchen, also shot by a bandit and a linebacker, it looks like. But he got him too, poor pathetic souls. Keep exploring. Now the bedroom. The finish line, and here's who made it. Quarterback and the wide receiver. You'd figure they'd have been on the same side, but they shot each other in the back simultaneously. And there's nothing in here but a single jewelry box on a nightstand. Ain't that funny? All that death for a couple trinkets. Nothing rots a person like greed. Leave the box where it is. Done enough damage. Yoink! Jewelry case. Small jewelry box which will come in handy if you need to move some jewelry from place to place and you don't want to wear it on the trip. Hold up. Hold back tears and continue where you're going. Okay. Open. You dump out the jewelry box contents, which are so exciting that you forget to keep the box itself. Amethyst earrings, regenerate 3 HP per round. 2 gems dragged from the earth of the old world on silver post mined from the depths of the new. It looks like the jewelry equivalent of pizza. It's still a matter of debate whether God plays dice with the universe, but it's unambiguous that this ring does. Fights will be extremely chaotic. Oh god. Shiny. Alright. fish. Got a mushroom, swamp mushroom. This swamp mushroom does not appear in any mycology texts because mycologists famously refuse to get their shoes wet. Question marks. Nice, you caught a four-eyed yuckfin. You toss it in your fish sack. Nice, got a slimy noodlefish. You toss it in the sack. Oops. This looks like a nice fishing spot. Oh. These guys seem pretty focused on their meal. Their after meal hygiene and their after hygiene rest respectively. I don't want to deal with these guys. I know they'll kill me. So to the Gator Fortress. Is you around a clump of... Oh God. Do you around a clump of mangrove trees or whatever kind of trees these are, you come face to face with a bearded gator man and his big filthy sack. I should clarify that it's a burlap sack and doesn't have a face, just the gator man does. Whoops, buy sack, 146 meat, sell final. Sure. That was a waste. You open the bag and reveal your prize. It's like Crimbo, a sad, wet, dirty Crimbo. Gator stick, swamp mushroom, eel. That was not worth 146. How much do I have now? I don't know how to check how much money I got. Fuck. That's alright. How much XP do I have? 162. I need 175, I think, for what I wanted. It's a weird shadow pocket. Yo! These Gatormen aren't doing enough damage to each other for it to seem like a real fight. Either they're just sparring or this is how Gatorman arguments work. Either way, they aren't paying any attention to you. Sneak past them. Moxie. Alright. I need stench armor 7. Oh boy. I don't even think I have that much. Elemental. Stench. This gives me 2. This gives me 2. So I would have 4. So I'd need 3 more stench armor. What gives me stench? I need food. Or potions. Oh, you eat the mushroom and wait half an hour or so to see what it does. You've eaten a swamp mushroom of unknown composition, plus 1 mysticality, cold armor, and sleaze armor. Ooh, interesting. It's not what I wanted. But guess I'm gonna have to fight him then. Ambush him. Carefully sneak up behind the Gatorman, waiting for the perfect moment to strike, and then you step on a screaming eel, one of the more aptly named forms of wildlife endemic to this area. Human trespassers, sound alarm! Hey, hey, alarm, kill human! A couple other Gatormen rush out, wanting to miss the chance to kill a human. Fuck! I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. God damn it. That guy's got armor. Man. This is nice. Goodbye, Obi. Yeah, I'm gonna die again. Zero. Oh, because he's got a shield. Cha-cha-cha. Yup. Uh, you lost. The guards kick your barely conscious body out of the way so they can fight each other without tripping over you. You realize that winning is better than losing, and you resolve to do better in the future. Trying again. Ah. I feel like I need more combat skills, but I don't know. Like, got all those books. I need more mysticality. How much mysticality do I have? I have 3. Do I have anything that can upgrade my mysticality? That gives me 1. That gives me 1. Bam. Bam. Books. Study them. You commit the techniques to memory and then practice them by shooting the book to pieces with the nearest convenient handgun. Advanced handgunnery. +1 to ranged weapon attacks. Your mind is filled with tricky handgun techniques. You should get to a gunnery and practice. Okay. Mysticality. Need 2 more mysticality. Nope. Jazz hands. You study the ways in which the army uses controversial music to demoralize and injure enemy soldiers. It's kind of funny what counted as controversial music when this manual was written. Orchestra strike. Sometimes you need to punctuate your violence with even more intense violence. There's an appendix full of charts of frequencies in which bones they'll shatter if you play them loudly enough. You could memorize it if you took the time. If you do, Orchestra Strike will deal 2 additional damage. No. I don't need meat drops. I don't really care about that. But well, I got another move at least. Well, but what do I do now? Water. You there! An excessively jovial man struts out from behind the trees. Now new to these parts, is it? Ever heard of our mud henge? I'll bet you didn't know that it's actually 1.3 times larger than any comparable henge you'd care to name. I did know about the mud henge. No, you didn't. He disappears into the mist. Behind him, through the trees, is mud henge. Okay, go there now. Welcome to Mudhenge. Hey. We're a clean booth for such a muddy henge. Stop by. Welcome to Mudhenge. What is this place? Friend, it's Mudhenge. What's that? It's one of the area's most popular henges. Folks travel from all over to see this mysterious mud. I've heard of Stonehenge. Is it like that? I don't see the comparison. You don't? Look, we could talk for hours about Stonehenge. Stonehenge is big, Stonehenge is strong. I've gone all over this, so with respect, what I'm interested in talking about is Mudhenge, which is a formidable monument in its own right, and so much more than first draft of Stonehenge, as they sometimes say in the magazines. But what's so special about Mudhenge? Special? Well, during the swamp solstice, it's said that the needle of a compass placed upon the central altar will point not to west, but secret west, where lies the thing you need the most. That's special enough for you? When it is the swamp solstice. If you're in a swamp, it's pretty much always the swamp solstice. What is secret west? I'm no mysticism, but secret west what? I'm no mystician? I don't know. But secret west is the direction in which lies that thing in your heart is most missing. And it's said that a compass laying on the altar of Mudhenge during the swamp solstice will point to secret west. That was the object of the Mudhenge challenge. Challenge? But of course, we don't run the Challenge anymore. Too hard. Too many missing presumed deads. What does that mean? Thing your heart is the most missing? Well, it's kind of up to you. Up to your heart, that is. Could be a secret crush. That new job. Maybe just a piece of bread. Guess it could have helped me find Charles, huh? Charles? Is that your secret crush? No. Well, whoever it is, they'll be waiting for you out Secret West way. I'd like to visit Mudhenge. Well, and why wouldn't you? It's the best and most mysterious henge this side of the border. Mission is to meet. What border? I believe it's all of them. Yeah, to meet. I knew you wouldn't be able to come all this way without seeing the famous Mudhenge. Here's a pamphlet that goes over just about everything we know about the history of this ancient monument. The history of Mudhenge. Short brochure complimentary with your admission to Mudhenge. I'll be on my way, thanks. Don't be a stranger. Little is known about the history of Mudhenge. Not helpful. Alright. Roast mighty flour. Someone's going to lose their job at the fence factory. Squeeze through! Whoa, that's weird. That is weird. Oh, God. Where am I? Mysticality. I need my mysticality one higher. Yeah. Delicious. What? Did I fuck up? I fucked up, didn't I? God damn it, God damn it. You apply the rouge to your cheeks, giving you both a healthy glow and a healthy one. Both kinds of glowing. Translate it. Translate the message on the walk reads, drowned Mary's crown is buried past the huge tower. That was a waste. That, huge tower. Past the huge tower. Just took me to the same spot. I need that hobo code. That'll help. What's that over to the east? Oh. This crazy skater man appeared out of nowhere and is champing at the bit to make sure you're nowhere 5 minutes from now. Clean his clock. That's 5 damn. Fuck me, bro. Gave himself 5 poison. Okay. The gunman rallies for another round, but a hand rises from the swamp and drags him down, screaming. Oh, God. Backpack stashed in the swamp is certain to contain illicit material. Parental guidance is advised. Open it. There's a complete change of clothes in the sack and a black embossed card sticking out of the back pants pocket. Read the card. Drowned Mary's crown is buried past the huge tower. Phrase so nice you've read it twice. Turn the card over. The nudist's creed. Nothing is worn, everything is visible. You elect to leave everything in the bag where you found it. Nothing is your size. Anyways. What? Okay. Hobo code. Fuck! Wanna go home? Oh, hey. Wait! Okay. Wait. Is that the same gator that I beat up? But a different gator. Hey. No! Is there actually anything in this maze? No. Edge thing. I think I just wasted a lot of everything. Okay. Oh. Cool. Time to leave, I guess. Shoot. Alright. I needed, need one more mysticality. Ah. Where to use the potion, right? Fuck. I could. Is it really worth it though? Is it really worth it if I do this? I really want this, so I might save it until I get another. Until I get enough to get that. Water. God damn it. In the clearing, a band of Cub Scouts sing fight songs around a fire. The scout leader weighs you down. I don't know which way is which in this damn swamp, he whispers. Oh, I don't know which way is which in this damn swamp, he whispers and shows his compass. Can't find the damn North Star. Been leading these boys in circles for 3 days. To figure me out, pal, it won't be marshmallows they're toasting tomorrow. You're not sure how to help them. That's a shame. Eager commotion, or perhaps a tussle, or a good old-fashioned ruckus nearby. Investigating, you find that several vampires have a gator man pinned to the ground and appear to be trying to vampirize him. Grah! Hold still, will you? His neck is all scaly and tough. Did someone bring a drill or a can opener or something? Interrupt them. Hey, leave that gator man alone. I won't stand for you vampires going around inflicting your undeadness or disease or whatever it is on innocent people. I think it's a disease. We aren't undeads? Not like a zombie or skeleton anyway. The last necromancer was killed decades ago. Hey, stop that. Yeah, don't talk with your mouth full. I mean, stop biting that guy. Mind business. He volunteered. Anyway, I'm finished. He what? Really? Rah, drink blood, power, big. The gator man stands up with a terrible red glow in his eyes. Drink blood, kill busybody. Oh, jeez. Thanks, Don T. I'm glad these guys don't have a lot of help. Cha-cha. Oh, fuck. What? That's so dumb. What? Why does that guy do so much fucking damage? That's so dumb. Well, that's something you don't see every day. A big haunch of raw meat hanging from a tree branch in the middle of a swamp. Or at least, I don't see that every day. Maybe you spend more time in swamps than I do. Anyway, not wanting to let a perfectly good haunch go to waste, you approach it. And with a cartoonish sproing, you find yourself trapped in a big net hanging from the tree. Well, dang it, tell yourself loose. Fortunately, the net is rather shoddily constructed. It's just made of vines, and heck, if you're going to let some stupid vines get the better of you, after a short struggle, you manage to tear the net open and escape with the goods. Slab of bone and flesh from some animal too distasteful to even mention, let alone eat. Mapanj. Monster Shack. You take a wrong turn, and instead of ending up where you wanted to be, you end up at the Monster Shack. You know it's the Monster Shack because of the big sign on it that says Monster Shack. Check it out. Oh, it's way over there. This is nice. Hobo code. I ain't smart enough to get that. No skeptics. You're not sure if this is forbidding access or describing the shack's occupants. Inside you find not the decayed and crumbling tumble down shack strewn with ancient wreckage that you were perhaps expecting, but an actually maintained and fairly clean tumble down shack strewn with 12 to 14-year-old kids. What the? Hey, what are all your kids doing out here in the middle of this swamp? Why shouldn't we be? Because it's dangerous here. Yeah, but this is where the monsters are. That's why it's dangerous. Do you believe in monsters, mister? Yes, of course I do. It would be a real feat of cognitive dissonance otherwise. You mean you've seen them? Oh, for really real? Well, yeah. Which one? Which one? Fishmen? Oh, those don't count. Those guys are just weird jerks. We're looking for real monsters. I don't understand what real means in this context. Since you believe in monsters, you can join our monster squad. Otherwise, we can't tell you anything, because it's a secret. Okay, I'll join. Oh, great. It'll be nice to have someone who can reach the top shelf on these old bookcases we've scavenged. Is that it? I'm a member now? Yeah, we used to have a big ceremony where you had to repeat a vow and stuff. But it took too long and we're all busy with our research. Come on in and have a look around. Hey, thanks. Okay. Black Hole of Doom. Shadow Clarinet reduces all of enemy stats by 13. Okay. Kitty. This little sign on the table says, Boris only. This cat had better be Boris or there's gonna be trouble. Try to pet it. Boris hisses at you. You must know you're an outsider. Oh well. Dozens of volumes of serial fantasy for young adults and older than average children. For instance, Nora Morris in the Dungeon of Gold. Check out another one. Bonnie Scott in the Labyrinth of Fire. Clifton Lopez in the Dungeon of Mystery. The Prison of Lightning, Part 73. Steve Diaz in the Dungeon of Slime. The Chronicles of Vivian Morgan and Lola Rodriguez. The Stories of Glenn Russell and Oscar Walker. The Sword of Gold, Part 84. Edith Bennett in the Dungeon of Gold. Okay. It's a workbench covered with tools and oranges. I'll talk to the kids later. Big leather-bound tome sits on a pedestal here. Ask about it. What's this book? List of vampire nests? It's like 400 pages long. Lots of vampires in the swamp. If you want to help, you can always go clear some of them out. Go hunting! Oh, son of a... Who are you? Vampire Colonel? Also, I'm about to fucking die and I got hit once. What am I supposed to do? It doesn't matter. Kill me. Do it. Everyone does insanely amounts of damage for no fucking reason. This kid is studying far more intently than you ever did at his age. Talk to him. What are you reading? It's about Neanderthals and other early hominids. Unfortunately, I'm not finding anything useful in here. What are you looking for? The honey ape. The what now? You've never heard of it? Oh, fuck me. It's a very famous monster. It's a hairy primate or primate-like creature that's smaller than a human, but with human-sized hands. Most of the legends call it big hands, but I'm pretty sure the big hands legends in the reports of honey ape sightings are referring to the same cryptid. That's interesting. I know it lives around here somewhere. I just haven't been able to find it yet. I'll help you look for it. That would be excellent. Thank you. Here, I found some of its prints once and made a tracing. That might help you track it down. Try and get one of its fingernails as proof. How will a fingernail be proof? Because it'll be as big as a human fingernail, obviously. Honey ape handprint. You are sure that this is the handprint of the honey ape and not just the handprint of a regular guy. Alright. This kid is, well, he's eating something. Talk to him. Hi there. Hi. I don't mean to be rude, but what's your deal, kid? I'm a moss man. You are, huh? Okay, well, not really, but I want to be a moss man when I grow up. That's why I'm eating all this fertilizer. It's actually cornflakes. I'm just pretending. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I'm not crazy. Some people say I'm crazy for believing in the Mossman, though, but I know he's real. I've seen him. What's a Mossman? Man made of moss? Yep, he's all fuzzy and green. It's so neat. Oh, hey, you should go see him for yourself. Then if you bring back proof he exists, people won't think I'm weird anymore. Well, they might. Sure, I'll have a look. Great, here, I'll mark the place on your map. It's called Moss Rock Grotto. If you see him, try to bring back some moss as proof, okay? Okay. This kid is preoccupied with repeatedly smelling 2 large test tubes. What you've got there? Perfume samples? Kinda. This one is a combination of hydrogen sulfide and methane. Common swamp gas, basically. Ew, what's the other one? Coffee, to clear the swamp gas smell out of my nose. Huh, okay, so why? I'm researching a creature known as a smell-o-wisp. I've only run into it once, but I have a good memory for smell, so I figure if I can match its smell, then that particular chemical mix will tell me more about it. The what? Wisp. It's a cloud of intelligent swamp gas. Some people say it's the ghost of a dead chili cook-off judge, but I think there's probably a more scientific explanation. You tell me you're looking for an intelligent The girl gestures sternly at a sign over her workbench. No fart jokes. Oh, come on. It's a smell-o-the-wisp. No. Well, I don't know what to say then. If you're willing to help instead of making puerile goofs, I could really use a sample to analyze. Okay, I'll go find the smell-o-wisp. Right, thank you. Here, take this. It should help you track the thing down. Nose trumpet. Big cone designed to make it so people who have lost their sense of smell can still tell what they've stepped in. I just smell through this? Yeah, just follow your nose. Alrighty then. Lots of side quests. This kid has a ball cap with a sinister looking triangle on it and is messing around with an elaborate homemade radio. Talk to them. Hi there. Hi. Say, you're a grown-up. Can you help me with something? I'm not buying you any cigarettes. No, there's this swamp lady named Barbara Yargara. What? Everybody says she's just a fairy tale, and I know she's real because I've seen her hot right here in the swamp, but I don't know if she's the sort of swamp lady who eats kids or not. Swamp lady? Well, I don't want to call her a swamp witch or a swamp hag or stuff like that. It would be mean to judge her that way without having met her. Jeez, kids these days. Alright, I'll check her out for you. Great, thanks. Here, I'll mark her hut on your sponge map. Anyways, bring back a feather to prove you've met her, okay? She has feathers? I mean, from one of her pet birds. The story says she has a ton of them. How will you know it isn't just an ordinary feather I found somewhere? Well, you seem like a trustworthy person. And why do you need me to bring proof at all? Because that's how quests work. Come on. Okay, fine. This kid is peering at a terrarium filled with flies and occasionally tapping on the glass. Hi there, are you into flies? Well, kinda. They're interesting once you get over the gross factor, but mostly I'm just studying these because what I'm really interested in is the flyman. The flyman? Yeah, or maybe the man-fly. I haven't decided which way is better yet. So what is a flyman and or man-fly? He's a scientist that moved into the old Flemberg place. I did a little spying on him, and I think he's trying to turn himself into a giant fly. Why would anyone want to do that? I don't know. That's what's so interesting about him. Huh. She looks at her feet and blushes a little. Also, he's really handsome. For now, you mean? Well, yeah, I'd really like to meet him, but I'm too shy. Can you help me out? Sure, I'll help. Okay, thank you, thank you. Here, I'll show you where the house is. If you meet him, you could, bring me back a souvenir? Like what? Maybe, blush. One of his chest hairs? Sure. Okay. Hey, what's this thing you're making? I don't really know yet. I'm just kind of messing around with it, because I'm taking a break from my main project. Hey, do you know anything about the chupa naranja? Naranja? Try to avoid spicy food, it gives me the hiccups. No, this is some kind of monster that eats oranges. They're supposed to be from way down south, but I know there's one in this swamp somewhere. Fortunately, no matter what kind of trap I build, it keeps escaping. You want to try? Sure, why not? Great, feel free to use my workbench over there. I've got plenty of spare parts and stuff. If you manage to catch it, bring me back one of its nostrils as proof, okay? A nostril? Not the whole head or pelt? Oh no, I don't want to kill it. Just prove that it's out there. Okay then. It's a workbench. Built a trap. You grab some scrap metal from the bench and construct a very basic animal trap. Would you like to make any refinements? Tighten the springs. Grab a wrench and tighten the trap's main spring. Adjust the torque. Grab a screwdriver and carefully adjust the torque. Tweak the trigger sensitivity. You grab a pair of needle-nosed pliers and carefully adjust the sensitivity of the trigger. Add a fuse. You hook up a fuse just in case. That's enough. You carefully pick up the trap and then carelessly shove it into your sack. It's a homemade chupa naranja trap of dubious quality. Let's go hunting.
Oh boy.
Oh fuck. I have so many side quests and nothing to do. I can't help him. I can't help Charles. A spot of color in this drab swamp catches your eye and you find a pile of withered orange husks in front of a shallow cave. This must be the lair of the chupa naranja. Fortunately, it isn't home right now, or maybe since you aren't an orange, it wouldn't be dangerous to you anyway. That almost certainly isn't true. Set up your trap. You set your trap and hide behind a nearby bush to wait for your prey. After a while, you start to get very bored and remember that people who hunt with traps don't typically sit and wait for their prey to show up. Instead, they leave and come back later. That's kind of the whole point of animal traps. Leave and come back later. Oh, found you. Hey, what's up, Obi? Hey, Obi, everything all right? I got no beef. Anything eating you? No. This isn't so much a bird bath as a bird dirtier. Fish. Nice, you got a greenish brown muck eel. You toss it in your fish sack. Cool. Cool. Revolting snapper. Nice. Slithering pukefish. I didn't mean to do that. You cautiously enter the spooky hut and discover it's actually really nice inside. A young woman with a rather twig-oriented hat greets you. Oh, hello. Please come in. I don't get many visitors apart from the birds. I might be in the wrong place. Are you Barbara Yagara? That's correct. And you are? I'm Festus Thompson Jr. A pleasure. Come in. Come in. Go in. That's a lot of birds. A lot of birds. This chest set is nothing but rooks on one side and nothing but doves on the other. Probably shouldn't mess with this trapdoor without Barbara's permission, and probably all her birds' permissions too. Barbara's well-maintained arcane oven. Do some cooking. Fancy foods. Oh boy. I need some fucking... Was it sleaze or stench? Shit. Hold on. Hold on, Barbara. Hold on. I know I got an important thing to do, but I got let's go to the Gator Fortress. Despite anything the map might have to say about it, you've managed to wander back to the spot where you set the trap for the chupa naranja. Peering through the bushes, you discover that your trap has indeed trapped something. It sort of looks like a giant toad with a tentacle face, covered in boils that might also be eyes. You have no idea what a chupa naranja looks like, but this seems about as likely as anything you were imagining. The presumed chupa naranja seems pretty annoyed about being caught in your trap. Broach it. Carefully sneak up on the chupa naranja since it's both distracted by the trap and also unable to turn around. You manage to take it completely unawares. It struggles futilely as you grab it Grab it in a headlock and slice off one of its nostrils. The creature roars in pain and anger, but by the time it manages to thrash its way out of the trap, you are already completely the heck out of there. A ring of flesh perfectly crafted by natural selection to seek out the mightiest of oranges. Woo. Alright, cool. Well, that's done. So, I'm going to sneak past these guys again. See what I need. I'm pretty sure it was stench armor, but I don't know. And then I'm going to go back to Barbara's place. Create the trench snip. You know what I'm trying to say? Stench armor. Got it. Barbara, I'm coming back. Need a feather from your bird. In a gloomy grove of sunken cypress trees, a well-muscled woman stands waist-deep in the opaque bog. Her hands rest on the pommel of a sword, its blade lodged in the muck. It catches your eye because it's not the type of thing you tend to see on the East Coast. What sword is that? This is the blade of your great aunt. Many moons ago, it was entrusted to my family for safekeeping. Now it is yours to reclaim for a cost. Okay, what's the cost? In time, I shall ask you a boon, and you shall be obliged to grant it. Sure, I can do a boon. Let's have the sword. Great aunt's great sword. You may or may not have a great aunt, but nobody can deny you of a great sword. Deals your muscle plus 5 physical damage. The sword has a satisfying heft. You can see why your great aunt liked it so much, but with it comes something quite unsatisfying. Something that makes you feel almost queasy and a little cursed. This geese really grinds your gears. Perhaps that lady from the swamp will tell you soon about the boon she wants in exchange for this thing's removal. Plus... Oh, no! Why did I have to accept the fucking sword? -1 muscle, mysticality, and moxie. What's this? It's a simple magic binding you to your oath until such time as I have need of your service. On that day, I will find you. Can we just do the boon thing now? But she's gone. She slipped away into the dark waters of the swamp. Better be a good sword. It's a great sword. Better be a good great sword. God damn it. Trying to get my mysticality up so fucking time. Baba Yagara. Rivers then appear to have set out a feast for her crows. Small bird bath. Build your own vanity. Yep. This is a really nice house. To be honest, I was expecting everything to be a lot more, witchy. Oh, you've heard the old stories. Haha, those were about my granny. She was really into croning. Croning? Being a crone, all the really old traditional magic stuff. She lived to be nearly 200 years old. When she passed, she left me this house and all her birds and so on. I see. Is that why you're here, chasing the old legends of Baba Yagara? Well, not exactly. I met a kid who's into the old stories, but he was afraid you might be the child-eating kind of witch, so he sent me instead. Haha, that's adorable. I don't think I've ever eaten a child, but there's no telling what was in Granny's stews. I'm not sure if that was meant as a joke or... Sure. Anyway, I'm supposed to take back a feather to prove that I've met you. Okay. I can't just give you one, though. Are you sure? Yes, sorry, I have to give you some kind of test first. It's a traditional thing. What sort of test? Well, it's a lot of work keeping this room clean. What with the birds and all, I'm getting behind on my other chores. Chores. Or you could fight me. Fight you. Granny trained all these birds to be killers, but I haven't exactly been out looking for trouble like she used to, so they could use some exercise, Tell me more about these chores. I need you to muck out the bird bath out front, pick the ripe cattails out of my cattail patch for me. That's only 2 things. Isn't there a third thing? Of course, but I'll tell you about that after you finish the first 2. Okay, I'll do the chores. Great, you can tell the ripe cattails by how they look a little different, and I'm sure you saw the bird bath when you came in. Got it. Ask Barbara about it. I've never seen an indoor bird bath before. Oh, that was a gift. It's too small for my birds, though. Be happy to give it to you along with that feather if you help me out. Okay. Pick it. Pick it. Pick it. Cattail is huge. It's like a lion tail. Pick it. Pick it. How the fuck am I supposed to have both? What? It's 6. This gives me fucking... Fuck. Guess I ain't doing shit today. It's going all over the fucking place. Flash of light cuts through the tree as the glare passes, and then you see it poking its head out above the canopy. A telescope. Why, you fancied a telescope ever since you were a young boy. You'd press your nose to the window of the telescope shop for hours, till the proprietor would run out and threaten to tan your glutes with a tripod. I still want a telescope. You've waited long enough. Go and get your telescope. Keep going where I'm going. All of the items on this table are either made or are covered in moss. Well, if this isn't the moss man that kid was talking about, you've got a real unusual coincidence here. He doesn't exactly look fearsome, but if you're looking for a fight, it might be best to take advantage of surprise. Talk to him. Excuse me, are you a moss man? Yep, that's me, Clyde Mossman. Pleased to meet you. I am Festus Thompson Jr. Welcome to my humble abode. I ain't got many visitors, well, except some weird kid I sometimes see peeking around the trees. Are you an actual moss man? I ain't quite sure I get your meaning. That's my last name, like I said. Yeah, but are you a human person or some sort of moss swamp creature? I get that this is a strange and possibly rude question. Well, I weren't always this way, but I've been living in this swamp a long time. Just kind of dug in and got comfortable. Moss just sort of grows out of me naturally like now. Instead of hair. I guess it happened so gradual and I got so accustomed to it, it didn't occur to me to question it. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to give you some kind of philosophical crisis. No apology necessary, friend, but it is something I'm gonna be chewing on for a while. Can I, have some of your moss? Excuse me, you drop an existential bombshell on me and now you're asking for part of my body? I'm really not in top social form today, I guess. I do need some of that moss, though. Well, I'll tell you what, help me solve this puzzle of whether I'm a man or a monster, and I'll give you some moss. Well, fuck me then. Browsing your way through the swamp, taking a sniff through your nose trumpet now and then, the swamp smells terrible. I mean, the swamp is literally just standing water and rotting compost. The biome, so it's not like that's news or anything, but you wouldn't be surprised if this swamp was at least nominated for world's worst smelling swamp. Sniff. Oh god in heaven, what is that? Something smells like a rotten egg made with a tire fire, and the egg the tire fire laid also went rotten. Squinting through the tears, you see a patch of brown air hovering nearby. That must be the smell of the wisp that kid was looking for. Follow it at a safe distance. You follow at a safe breathing distance as the smell of the wisp bobs and waves through the fatigued marsh. Eventually, it comes to rest on a rotting tree stump, and you sneak up quietly behind it. Just as you are about to grab a sample, 3 Gatorman calves you stand up from where they were crouched in the knee-deep water around you. Ah, jeez. Don't mess with me, you scum. Don't. The Gatorman beat the hell out of you. By the time you wake up, the smell of the wisp is long gone. Bruises all over. This swamp. This fucking swamp. Bald Zipper's so tall and tough and tall, it's no surprise some fellow has chosen to Hello? Hey, Mr. Why don't you keep walking, huh? This here's Will Hunter's treehouse, and the rules is tain't no grown-ups allowed. Who are you? Will Hunter, I said. It's up there. Oh, tain't anything, swear it. You don't want to see anyways. I want to use the telescope you've got there. Right, that telescope's the property of Will Hunter, same as my licorice collection. Licorice? What's your story, Will? Ain't much to tell. I ain't all that interested, mister. I swear not to city folk like you. No ways. Not city folk. Ever seen a pig birth? Yes. Bet you ain't seen half as many as me, though. How many pig births have you seen, Will? Well, I reckon about 70, sir. What are you doing in the swamp? Nothing special, same thing as every boy gets up to, reckon. Don't want to know what that is? I ain't telling anyways. Can you let me up? No doll ever been up in Will Hunter's treehouse, and I ain't fixing to break that streak. Not for nothing. You need to let me up. That's so? Well, what's in it for Will? Aiding my vital mission against the forces of evil. Mission, huh? I like a job. I ain't got no job, mister, and I ain't need one. I'm fixing to get my buy in life through general scampery. Make like a treehouse and leaf house. Fuck me, bro. I can't do nothing. Shit. I'm gonna die anyway. Doesn't fucking matter. Just want to kill the fucking wisp. Who else is attacking? You are? Man. Fuck. What the fuck? Fuck you. I finally got a victory. You won. You snag a clump of what's left of the smell of the wisp to take back to the clubhouse. Stinky Esther. An essential distillation of foulness. Gator punch. Increases the damage your melee weapon takes by 5 and a mushroom. What the fuck is going on here? This mailbox says Flemberg on the side. Rifle through it. Junk mail. Catcher committed a federal crime. Some viscous goo has rendered this house entirely decorative. A gas generator is providing power to the barn in exchange for gastral ambience. He's turned himself tiny. Hey, how's it going? If this guy cared about these tools, he probably wouldn't have left them on the floor. Finders keepers. Disposal ratchet, jungle lead. Next to the workbench is a pile of much smaller workbenches. Take one. Tiny workbench. Flemberg must have been working on miniaturization technology before he developed his weird fly obsession. Or it's a workbench covered in tools. Make some stuff. This shelf contains a lot of things that you don't know what they are or what they do. A bunch of wielding tools and supplies. Crazy controls for this crazy contraption. You probably shouldn't mess with them until you talk to that guy inside that machine. Breeding pair of Musca gargantua. Collect some eggs. Collect the weakest looking eggs, ensuring a powerful future for the bloodline. Hell, looks like Flemberg is a fan of crates and barrels. Hey man, the very small man inside the machine is clearly trying to get your attention. Talk to him. Uh, Hi, I'm Festus. Do you need help? I absolutely need help. Thank you. My name's Flemberg, Paul Flemberg. I moved back into my parents' old house here because nobody would give me a lab space for my experiments. Turned out an assistant would also have been nice to have. What are you trying to do? Improve myself, better, faster, stronger, at least one of those. But I put the wrong settings in the control console and all that happened was that I shrank. You can't just change the settings. The door doesn't open from the inside. But yeah, I didn't think it through. Okay, well, I can just let you out. No, 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 no. Opening the door will depolarize the booth, and it takes months for the field emitters to recharge. Not to mention the fact that have to collect all new supplies of genetic material, so the door can only be opened once. Geez, you really didn't think this through. Uh, what should I do then? I'll have to fix the settings on the console. What should I set it to? Clearly, if I knew that, I wouldn't have put the wrong ones in myself. Just make me better before you open the door. Better than what? Better than a normal guy. I don't know. I spent so long thinking about how I could build this machine that I didn't have any time left to think about why I built it. I'll see what I could do. The crazy controls of this crazy contraption. Mess with them. Body Flemberg. Head Flemberg. Lungs Flemberg. Pituitary fly. Hat fly. Lift the hat lever. Lift the pituitary lever. He seems to be 100% Flemberg at this point. He's wearing a nice hat. Talk to him. Okay, well, this is just the normal me, like before I even got in here. This is exactly what I do not want. Oh, right. You told me what? Now what? Open the door. Are you sure he really doesn't want to be just a regular guy? On second thought, no. Um. Buzz. Oh, gross. He's clawing violently at the window and buzzing angrily. Fortunately, unbreakable glass is one thing he did think through. Now what? Flemberg is now a giant fly with a human head. Oh god, one sec, I'll try again. No wait, one is pretty great actually. What? I can fly and I have the proportionate strength of a fly scaled up to a human size. What's not to love? Now what? Open the door? You sure? Yes, I'm sure. You let Flemberg out of the booth. Heck yeah, I can't wait to get up to all kinds of giant fly stuff. Well, before you go, I need to get a chest hair off you. Do I still have those? Okay, well, whatever, sure. A luxurious hair from the chest of a truly remarkable specimen of masculinity. Thanks, it's for probably just don't want to know. I'm out. See you. Okay, bye. Chamber's empty. Okay. Well, I'm glad I could finish that, at least. I finished some of the things, but not all of it. Get back to the hut. Finish what we can. The Whistling Man's paddles a canoe through 2 inches of swamp water. He hits a rock and capsizes. In the very shallow slime, he thrashes and splashes, screaming about gators. Calm him down. Take the anxious fellow's arms and set him on his feet. You tell him calmly that he's in no more danger in 2-inch water than he is anywhere else in the swamp. If a gator wants him dead, he will be. You promise? He says. I promise. He thanks you. Move along. Alright. Hey, kid. Hi, did you meet the flyman? Did you get, Yeah, I got it. Here. Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to put it in this little silver locket and treasure it forever. What's he like? Was his experiment a success? I've got to go. The kid pulls out a sash, pins a badge on it, and hands it to you. As thanks, here's an official Monster Squash Squad sash and your first Monster Squad badge. +1 Moxie. Ah, this sash was awarded to you by the Monster Squad. Neat, thanks. Hi, kid. Hi, any luck getting a feather from Baba Yagara? Oh, yeah, I'm working on it. Okay, nice hat. What's the triangle mean? Thanks. It's the Great Pyramids. One of them, anyway. Ever seen them? Only on your hat, not personally. Well, maybe you will someday. Sure, who knows? Hi, did you find the smell of the wisp? I sure did. Please don't open the jar while I'm in the room. That bad, huh? I wonder if it's gotten stronger since I met it. Well, anyway, thanks for your help. You hand over the nose trumpet she lent you and the jar of foulness you collected. The kid takes your sash, pins another badge to it, and hands it back. +1 moxie and 20 meat drop. Yanks. Did you manage to track down the honey? Oh, no. Alright. You? Was it you? It was you. Hey, I caught the Chupanaraja you were after. It looked pretty fierce, but the trap did the job. Wow, that's great. Now we have real proof for why there aren't any oranges in the swamp. Sure. Anyway, here's its nostril. Neat. I'll wear it as a ring. Okay. Anyway, don't go near that part of the swamp for a while. It was real mad. The kid takes your sash, pins another badge to it, and hands it back to you. +1 moxie, 5 XP. Or 5... What? Can't read. Thanks anyway. Kitty. Ah. Alright. So, I still have those two left. Catch a whiff of burnt rubber and see a column of smoke drifting into the sky nearby. As you get close to the site, you see that a small airplane has crashed into the mud, or perhaps splattered or glorped into the mud. Investigate. Grumpy looking pilot. Talk to her. Seems like you've got kind of a problem here. Ha, you think? Yeah, three kinds of problems I got if you don't count the headache. My plane being stuck ass downward in this swamp is just the most obvious one. Anything I can help with? My name's Festus, by the way. Rhonda Rasmussen. Hi. And yeah, if you got some time on your hands, you can bet your buns I can use it. What happened? I'm looking to be the first to fly a plane all the way around the swamp in one go, see? Nearly made it too, but first to fly nearly all the way around the swamp won't be making any newspaper headlines. Now look at what I got. A plane half buried in the muck, tainted fuel, and even if I get those sorted out, there ain't enough runway here for me to get flying in it again. What's wrong with your fuel? Well, when I landed, the fuel tank got full of swamp water, which I don't know how well versed you are in the chemistry of aircraft fuel, but not good for it. Not good for it. So I siphoned the tank dry, figured it wouldn't be that big a deal since I've got a can of backup fuel. Oh, let me guess, that's full of water too. Ain't nothing so bad that it can't be a little bit worse. Yeah, I hear ya. What's involved in building a runway? With enough tar and macadam, I could slap down a quick and dirty runway, dirtier than quick for certain, but it'd be good enough to get me out of here, and I've got plenty of tar, but where'd you get that barrel of tar anyway? You know, that's a funny story. But anyway, I need a load of macadam to go with it. What's macadam? It's like gravel for fuss budgets. For my purposes, I need a load of rocks exactly 3 centimeters across. That isn't very many rocks. Each individual rock is 3 centimeters across, not the whole load together. Oh, I could look for some rocks that size. Well, that'd be great. Come to think of it, I believed I passed an old quarry on my way down. Didn't get a close look because I was kind of distracted, but I can mark it on your map for you. Can't go myself. I need to stay here and guard the tar. Okay, I'll go take a look. Plane seems real stuck. Oh, you noticed, huh? Yeah, it's sticking up out of the ground there. Yeah, right. Yep, it sure is. The way Rhonda's staring at you starts to make you a little uncomfortable. Maybe I'll just walk away from now. This is the most diagonal plane you've ever encountered. Consider your options. Consider all of your possible ways in which you might extract this plane from its current state of diagonality. Beast of burden, 4 oxen, 1 wagon tongue, 7 muscle, construction crane, some kind of big magnet, I guess. Science, heavy industry, telekinesis, raw muscle, faith, piety. How do you even get fucking piety? Do it later. Leverage, shovel 6 moxie. Examine the crash site carefully, walking all around and tapping gently on this and that until you find the spot you're looking for. Perfect place to stand. Having found it, you wedge your shovel in beside the plane and deftly pry it out of the muck. Nicely done. This plane is now parallel with the plane on the ground. Let's go to the quarry. But that's odd. This patch of muddy ground has a lot of tracks in it that look like human handprints. Well, except for the fact that humans don't normally walk around on their hands. Maybe there was an acrobat convention in the middle of a swamp. Oh, what was that thing that the one kid was talking about? The honey ape? Maybe there's something to that after all. Follow the tracks. Geez, the more you look, the more of a confusing trampled mess these tracks are. It seems like there are different sets of tracks heading in different directions. How many thumbs did he say this thing has again? On one hand? One. Okay, and how many fingers was it? 4. You follow the prints to a clearing in the middle of a small stand of trees, and to your surprise, you find an animal pretty much like the honey ape the kid described, like a somewhat larger chimpanzee or a very small gorilla, but with disproportionately large and human-like hands. It's sitting on the ground, casually drinking out of a beehive, and doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. Sneak up on it. You successfully creep up on the unsuspecting primate, but you run out of trees and brush to hide behind before you get close enough to really do anything. Heck. What are the bees doing? Fuck. Nice. Honey ape fingernail, totally normal sized fingernail, marvel at it. Nice. You won. The honey ape's unconscious state makes it much easier to pull off one of its fingernails. Alright. Dump truck sits beneath the chute, patiently awaiting the day of its dump. This rock has an X painted on it for some reason. This rock is wearing sunglasses. Yo, Shadow Grease. I can't translate that. Level labeled. Reload. Brush. Pound. Polish. Units. Oh. She needs 3 centimeters. Brush. Okay. I was close on that one. Ah. I'll get it. I'll get it. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Drive it back to Rhonda. Really? You don't even know who this truck belongs to? Yes, really. You're just going to steal it? You know that's a crime, right? I'll bring it back. Well, you promise? Yes, I promise. Okay then, as long as you promise. Come on, let's go. My leg's fucking asleep. Goddamn. I'm back, Rhonda. Hello again, Rhonda. Hi. Got your plane unstuck. I saw that was a hell of a trick. I gotta say, I'm totally impressed. Ah, shucks. She's still caked in mud and weeds and all, but I guess that comes with the territory. In a real literal sense, nothing a little elbow grease can't correct, plus maybe a little regular aircraft grease. Got your macadam, madam. Say, those are some good-looking rocks. Nice find. Okay, give me a hand spreading these out and tarring them up. The two of you spend some time setting up a makeshift runway. It's hard, dirty work, but it beats dealing with fairies and fishmen and the rest of the bonkers nonsense you've been getting up to. Good, that'll do nicely. Well, nice is maybe overcomplicating it, but it's good enough. Great. What's wrong with your fuel? Well, alright. Can that be fixed somehow? Well, technically, yeah, it just needs to have the water distilled out of it. I don't have anything like that kind of equipment, though. Maybe I can dig something up. That'd be great. Any basic distillation setup should do the trick. It ain't rocket science, just airplane science. It's a much slower kind of science. Here's the can. See what I can do. That means I gotta go down and what was the place? Moonshiner Shack. Yeah. Oh boy, a portly man in a white linen suit sitting in a wicker chair in a flat-bottomed boat is being fanned by two large bats as he pulls his craft through the murky swamp water. I say, pardon me, young man, but I might prevail upon you to lend me some navigatory assistance. I consider myself a man with a sense of direction, but I must admit this bayou has got me turned right around. Well, to start with, you're way too far west to call this swamp bayou. Well, now I may be a simple contrary Dracula, but I've thought I could tell the difference between the bayou and some damned Yankee swamp. Have I really missed Louisville by that much? I'm afraid so. By more than 800 miles as the bat flies. Well, tarnation, I'll never make it to the Derby at this rate, and I was so looking forward to that mint julep. Reckon I'll just have to make do with, is your name Mary by any chance? No, it's Festus. Bloody Festus, well, any port in a storm, as the poet said. Fight. I'll kill you here now. Or maybe the bats that are about to demolish me and destroy my livelihood. Some bitch. Cha-cha. Nice. You won. You really showed that guy your secret blend of 11 herbs and spices, metaphorically speaking. Nice. Alright, you're at the shack now. Rusty old fire-powered still, you're pretty sure these are, yeah. Distill it. Oh god, you light the fire and run the still for long enough to mix the fuel, but not quite long enough to cause your own death from smoke inhalation. Crash site. Well, that's something you don't see every day, a big haunch of raw meat hanging from a tree branch in the middle of a swamp. Or at least I don't see that every day. Maybe you spend more time in a swamp than I do. Anyway, not wanting to let a perfectly good haunch go to waste, you approach it, and with a cartoonish broing, you and Obi find yourself strapped in a big net hanging from the tree. Well, dang it. Well, ain't that a fine kettle of fish? Wait for your captors to arrive. After a time, a band of Gatormen arrive and are plainly delighted at having caught some prey. Haha, human dumb, trick easy. That hurts, but I guess I don't have much of a leg to stand on. Haha, no, eat leg. I meant like a rhetorical leg. Eat both. The Gatormen lower the net to the ground and surround you as they open. I'm fucking dead. Wait, what's the point? God damn it. Alright. Wait, I could have just hit surrender. Fuck me. Ow! Eldritch. Why do Gatormen, why do they suck? Ouch. I'm taking one of you with me. Alright. Contemplative. Yes. Mysticality's back up. Speaking of which, give me this shit. Yes, sir. Got 188 left, meaning I could buy something else now. Ooh. Wait. What did I need my mysticality for again? Was the book that I was trying to do? Book. Yo, this book is a detailed list of every poison known to man and the specific organic structures which make them harmful. Study them. Yes, you memorize all the poison information with both your brain and also all of your organs that are not your brain, and then eat the book to determine if it was printed with toxic inks. It was not. You've learned so much about poison that your kidneys are experts on its disposal. Poison wears off more quickly. Nice. Yay. Was it worth it? No. But it's alright. Hey, hello again, Rhonda. I got your fuel cleaned up. No Shinola? If there was any in there, I think I got it out. Let's have a look. She opens the can, pours a little into a wine glass, and swirls it around while peering at it closely. Well, look at that. No legs at all. Oh, geez. Did I mess it up? No, that's a good thing. It means you got rid of all the water. Don't see any dirt in here either. Nice work. Thanks. Guess you're all set then? Looks like it. Got my plane, fuel, and runway all sorted out, thanks a ton. I couldn't have done it without you. You know, you could have a career in aviation if you ever decide to give up. What do you do? I'd rather not attempt to explain it. Gotcha. I've had jobs like that. Well, I haven't got any meat on hand to pay you for your time, but here, let me give you the spare flight helmet as a souvenir. +1 mysticality, +1 moxie. Stylish leather helmet that will help you convince everybody that you're a celebrity aviator. Oh neat, thanks. You earned it, pal. Keep her flying. Good luck. Nice. I have it back there. There we go. Okay. Go back to Moss Rock. Frog bug. Distant frog sounds become less distant frog sounds as you find yourself very close to a lot of frogs. Keep going. Well, the way I see it, you seem intelligent and can hold a conversation. Haven't tried to murder me for my delicious organ meats. How do you know they're delicious? So I figure, what does it really mean to be a human anyway? May well be less Homo sapien and more whatever the technical term for moss is. But does that really matter in the grand scheme of things? What's really important is just being a person, whatever kind of person you are. Well, that's real, even if it's an extremely weird kind of person. Well, that's a real good of you to say, friend. I guess that answers my question. Great. Here, let me give you some of my moss, like I promised. Goes off some of his mustache and hands it to you. Moss man's mustache, lip-shaped slab of moss. Thanks. Say, are you a hobo? Yeah, well, ain't that the thing about hobos that they're always on the move? I feel like I'm practically the opposite of a hobo. I happen to know a group of hobos that have settled down and built themselves a pretty nice camp. I bet you'd be welcome there if you're interested. Well, now, I do value my solitude, but it certainly couldn't do any harm to visit and see. In fact, I do believe I'm due for a vacation. Write the location of the hobo map on Clyde's map, and he heads off to the swamp with a wave. Leave. Nice. Cool. We did all that. Now, Barbara's hut, I need fleas and stench, and I have none of that. So, here's that. Okay. As you and Obi are sludging through the trudge or trudging through the sludge, Obi pauses for a moment. Hey kid, what do you think the chances are that this was an old uncivil war battlefield? This far west? Pretty low, I'd say. Why? Obi points at a lichen-covered skeleton wearing the tatters of an uncivil war uniform slumped against a rock. Oh, maybe he was lost. Two of you search the skeleton, but all of its gear has rotted into uselessness except for a rifle bayonet. Obi cleans it off and fixes it to the front of his oboe. Yeah, baby, now we're hitting on all sixes. Obi's reed slice causes 3 additional bleeding. Hell yeah, Obi, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, kiddo. I need luck. Oh, no, it's not you. It's you and the other guy. I met the Moss Man you were talking about. See, I told you he's real. Yeah, he's a pretty decent guy, actually. He gave me his mustache. Here. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Thank you. You're welcome. The kid happily sticks the mustache to his upper lip. How do I look? Mossy? This is the best day of my life. The kid takes your sash, pins another badge to it, and hands it back to you. Hell yeah. Thanks. Turned out you were right. The honey ape is totally a real thing. Oh my gosh, really? I knew it. Here's your tracing back in that fingernail you wanted. Wow. Huh. Something wrong. I guess I'm just torn between excitement, vindication, and the fact that this is a much grislier object than I realized it was going to be. Oh, don't worry about it. The honey ape will be fine. It had 9 more. I guess that's true. Anyway, thanks for your help. Here's another Monster Squad badge. Nice. Thanks. So... I gotta figure it out, boy. I gotta figure it out. What is this accessory? What was the other accessory I had? It was the Glockenspiel, right? And I had... that on. Okay, I need stench armor. While sloshing your way through the swamp, you and Obi stumble into the most horrible situation you've ever encountered. A mosquito breeding. Oh, okay. We've already had that. That's cool. Free XP though. Meaning. Now I have 97 left. I'm gonna just complete this tree out, so I'm gonna wait until I have 150 more, or 150 XP. So I need some stench armor. I need a fuck ton of stench armor. So I'm gonna take that, make some basic foods, some more fancy foods. Sleeves armor, make some more. Yeah. Ba 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 ba. Muscality and Moxie. Moxie and H. Yeah. So I need food. Eat that. And then I'm going to do the Stench Armor Muscality. Wow. Wow. Please. And Stench. Fuck that. I'm gonna go back to Fortress. Take away. Managed to get away with them without noticing as if you were going to stick your neck out for Gatorman, literally or otherwise. Stick past him. Whew, this filthy pipe must lead inside, presumably to the bathroom part of inside if it smells any indication. Crawl through. The pipe turns out to be much longer than expected with a lot of twists and turns. Clearly efficient airflow and ventilation systems is not a big priority in Gatorman architecture. You eventually come out in either a garbage processing center or kitchen. Let's take a look. Even if Gatormen bothered to cook their meals, they probably don't cook them in an electric stove standing in 18 inches of water. This is a kitchen, only in the sense that it's a place where food is prepared. Remains of an awful meal. There's nothing of value on the shelves, probably not even by Gatorman standards. It's one of those fridges, you know, the ones hanging on big rusty chains. See what's inside. A refrigerator on a chain. The chain wasn't attached very well, and the whole thing comes loose. What? Neither the refrigerator nor the chain is in very good shape, but you're probably not going to find a better version of this very specific combination. Alright. This must be the Gatorman's dinner bell. Not gonna ring that. Hey, it's Charles. He's in a cage. It's a cage with Charles in it. Talk to him. Charles! Shh, they'll hear you. Alright. Boy, am I glad to see you, kid. Thought I was a goner. You're the adventuresome type and all. You know how to pick a lock. Only with an appropriately shaped key. You'll have to get it off their leader, then. I think his room's down the other end of the hall. Okay, I'll be right back. What does it say? This bunch of Gatormen. Wait, what's the collective noun for Gatormen? A cruelty? A depravity? A butthole? Well, anyway, this bunch of Gatormen seem more concerned with the possibility of someone breaking in their front door than sneaking in through their kitchen. What if I ring the dinner bell? It would be nonsensical and cruel to ring the dinner bell without making dinner first. Nonsensical and cruel is Gatorman's standard of behavior. Let's not sink to their level. Prepare a feast. This is a kitchen, only in the sense that it's a place where food is prepared. Prepare a feast. What are you kidding? All the food here is days-old meat with bites taken out of it already. You die. Not for me, for the Gatorman. Oh, okay, I get you. Well, there's some big haunches of some sort of carcass strewn about. If you can lift those... Fuck. God damn it. I need muscle. I don't want to waste... Because if I go out... I need Stench Armor to go back in, meaning that would be a waste of the food. If I go through the front door, I'm gonna fight the guy. I'm gonna... Fuck. What can I do to get some XP? You know what? I don't know if it gives me XP, though. We'll go to the frog bog. We'll waste some time. Find an old medicine show wagon overturned in the swamp. Most of its content. See what remains. Hell yeah. Alright. Frogs. Frogs are talking. Hey, speak to the frogs. Hey, buddy. Hey, ribbit. Hey, buddy. Ribbit. Hey. You clear your throat. There was a frog in it. Maybe you don't use that joke when talking to the frogs, though. Hello, frogs. Frogs. Ribbit. Ribbit. Humans, not frogs. Ribbit. Oh, frogs. Talking frogs were not on your list of expectations today. You're just the frogs again. Wait, are you saying you're humans, not frogs? Ribbit, yes. Yes. Right. Ribbit, right. Ribbit, yes. Right. You think about what it would be like to be trapped in a frog's body. After a few seconds, you stop thinking about it because you don't like thinking about things that fill you with harrowing and existential angst. How did this happen? Cave, query, curse, god, frog, statue, ancient, quarry, curse, statue, cave. Struggle to make sense of the cacophony. It's kind of hard to understand with everybody talking all at once. Why are you all talking? Ancient frogs. Oh, frogs, single, oh, frogs. Single, oh, mind, frogs. Mind, single. All frogs share a single mind. Wow, that's incredible. This changes, actually, you can't think of any significant consequences of what you've just learned. You try to remember the last time you interacted with a specific frog as an individual, and it was, oh, that biology class. Probably best not to bring that up. Is there some way I can help you? One of the larger frogs hops up to you and coughs loudly. A shiny green object flies out of its mouth and sinks into the water. Grab it. You roll up your sleeve and plunge your hand into the nasty water. Your fingers find a hard object, which turns out to be, wow, shiny. Gleaming emerald. This is the most beautiful thing a frog has ever barfed at you. Turn back to the frog. What should I do with this? The second frog approaches and belches up a soggy piece of paper. You decide to just look at it instead of touching it with your hand. It appears to be a shipping label from a nearby quarry. Quarry. Oh, luck. Careful. Good. Careful. Luck. Good. Careful. Ugh. Here's a grisly sight. The carcass of some kind of swamp animal covered in huge ticks. Oh no, wait. Some of them are buzzing around in the air. Are they actually wasps? Aha. Turns out both things can be true. They're tick wasps, which are notable for being the only insect that can stab you with both ends. Protect yourself with knowledge. Fortunately, you happen to know that tick wasps are deterred by high-pitched noises. You don't have the right frequency of whistle on hand, but you've learned a pretty good vocal approximation of it. It sounds like beep. Tick wasps grimace and shoot your dirty looks and buzz away. Woo. Alright, another query. There's a note on the door. Drive efficiently. Excess gas use will be deducted from your paycheck. This guy seems a bit, hi there, Ribbit. This might seem like a strange question, but do you know anything about a curse? Ribbit. Your attitude says no, but your everything else says yes. Ribbit. You. This guy, this is either a guy who thinks he's a frog or the soul of a frog trapped in the body of a guy, or a really good method actor rehearsing for Toad of Toad Hall. Hi, excuse me, Ribbit. Have you seen any cursed frog idols around? He sticks his tongue out as a fly buzzes past. He seems confused and disappointed by its length. Oh boy, okay, good luck, Ribbit. I'm not going to talk to all the frog people. This chair has been converted into... all of the oil in this lamp has dried up. Some cruel soul tuned this radio to a static and then walked away. Presumably these lockers are where the employees keep their personal possessions. Check them out. That frog lady's watching and seems really agitated. Better leave them alone. Hi, ma'am, Ribbit. Can you tell me, can you communicate to me in some way anything about a curse? Ribbit, oh geez, please don't do that thing with your neck, Ribbit. Alright. This door is locked so the food won't escape, presumably. Foreman. Painting of a safe. Is that meant to be reverse psychology? Look behind it. You push the painting inside and find, surprise, a safe. Unfortunately, it's a key type safe and you don't have the key. Not that a combination lock would have been much better, but you could have twiddled a dial and hoped to get lucky. This man doesn't look very happy to be a frog, or the other way around, or whatever. Talk to him. Hi there, Ribbit. Nice suit. You look like a fancy guy. Ribbit, guess you're basically won the frog lottery, huh? Ribbit. Your assumption was correct. It's a bookshelf full of books. Investigate. It's all books on management with titles like Shaking the Invisible Hand, You Deserve More, and How to Get Blood Out of the Turnips You Hired. Oh, this one actually looks kind of interesting. Advanced Scowling. Guide to Productive Frowning. Grants a combat skill. Grit. You'll target for 5 HP. Personal files for everybody who works at or has ever worked at this quarry. Check them out. You give the files A quick rifle through, they tend to be very thin. People who were hired and then quit real fast. There's only a handful of current records and they aren't very interesting. Look up Festus Thompson Jr. What? You don't work here? I still don't really believe you worked at that gas station or that restaurant. Look up Festus Thompson Jr. Ugh, fine. You flip through the folders and holy crap, there you are, Festus Thompson Jr. What the heck? Yeah, I get around. This hat rack is dressed like a cowboy. Take the hat. Intimidating Stetson. When you see a guy wearing a hat like this, you think to yourself, this guy has a good sense of style and is probably about to punch me for no reason. You on the hat rack's childish game. It's the foreman's desk, presumably. Dig through it. Deals your Moxie +5 physical damage. You find a key labeled mess and a gun labeled best in 2 different drawers. Ham Quarry mess hall key. There's some papers and stuff, but none of it seems significant to you. Yeah. Here we go. You leave the key on the nearby windowsill. Go on in. As advertised, it's a mess. Ha! From the looks of the crust in these dishes, the food here wasn't very good, and even before it spoiled. This range doesn't even have a gas line connected to it. I guess you could warm something up to room temperature. So, looks like these people got so hungry they started eating the cabinet doors. Search stuffed adhesive rivets, paper clip. Extract value from them. This table swarm with flies. Carefully collect the gooeyest bit of fly. Ribbit. Final doctor. Hi, Ribbit. If I ask you if you were a frog trapped in a man's body, would you have any way to answer that question that I would be able to understand? Ribbit. I guess I don't know what I was don't know what I was expecting. Oh shit. Judging from the smell and thick cloud of flies, that is not a place for a good time. Let's not go back there unless you really have a good reason. This frog person seems more cheerful about the situation than others you've seen. Hey, don't touch that. I'm talking, man, that's right. I'm a human man and not a frog at all. I have reason to believe that you're actually a frog in a man's body somehow. Well, it's my body now and I'm keeping it. I don't need any dry skin leg walkers coming in here and holy hop, you've got the missing eye. This big emerald? Yeah, I was just noticing that it looks awful lot like that other one. Okay, I absolutely need you to step away from that statue. Right hopping now. You don't want me to fix it? It looks pretty important. It's very important. It's an ancient idol of the frog god, and when the humans blasphemed against it by removing that eye, this particular human right here, I might add, they were cursed with a great croaking once righteous fury. The great croaking one's righteous fury. Oh, so that's why all the people here and the frogs in that bog nearby? Yeah, you guessed it. It's the old Freaky Friday routine. I don't know what that means. Forget about it. The point is, the humans did the crime, so now it's the frog's time to shine. And if I put the eye back, if you put the eye back, it undoes the curse, yeah? Oh, Hop, I maybe shouldn't told you that. Those frogs, people really want their bodies back? Well, so hopping what? Hop them. These men. Look. Take your inherent pro-human bias into account and consider the justice of the situation, okay? These people came rolling in here with their machines and stuff, tear up our land, spill oil and gasoline everywhere. Then they find this ancient religious icon and the first thing they do is try to loot it? These aren't good people and they got what was coming to them. Well, what should I do? I'll tell you what you do. Take the other eye out of the statue. What? I don't want to be a frog. No, don't worry about that. It won't curse you. What it'll do is make the original curse permanent. No takebacks, no do-overs. That's justice, tadpole. Tell you what, I'll swing the deal. You can keep the emeralds. Heck, I'll make a necklace for you. Like necklaces? I'm still getting used to having a neck myself. Well. No deal, I want to fix this. Well, considering that I haven't really figured out how to work these fists yet, I can't do much to stop you either way. But I'm warning you, if you put that eye back, you're gonna find yourself on the wrong side of history, pal. I talk to him again. Hey there, you can't help noticing you haven't done anything to the statue yet. Because I want to talk some more. Alright, well. From where I'm standing, it's a pretty straightforward thing. Just walk over there and yank that emerald out of its socket. I don't understand why you want that. Didn't I already explain the spell? I want the swap to be permanent. I want to keep this body. How do you know how the statue works? I just kind of know. It's like I can hear the frog god speaking to me through the idol. Sort of. Not exactly. It's hard to explain. Gosh, maybe you're the frog chosen one or something. Haha, well, I'll try not to get a swelled head about it. Your head is bigger than your whole body was before, though. Yeah, good job. That was really the joke I was making. Try to keep up, kid. Ah, I see. Why don't you take the gem out yourself? I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't exactly have fine motor control over this body yet. I can't even stand up straight without falling over. Doing pretty well, the others can't even walk yet. Oh, really? Must be because I'm the frog chosen one. Haha, I mean, you might be. Kid, I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. Hmm. Why do you want to be a human so much? Because it's exciting and new. Check out these thumbs. And you kidding me? Some of the climbing type frogs have rudimentary thumbs, not like these tadpoles. I'm gonna give so many thumbs up to people, it's gonna be great. Thumbs are pretty good. I guess I don't appreciate mine enough, right? Forget it being a frog. Being a frog sucked, and I guarantee the others agree with me. Well, if you say so, the humans can have those dumb frog bodies. Serves them right. Frog gave me this emerald. How's that possible? Oh, that was probably me. I mean, him. Try that again? This human's mind in my frog body. I was hoping to hop it around in here when it happened. You were in this cave? It's kind of far from water. Yeah, but I've always been really drawn to the statue. Huh, maybe I am the frog chosen one. Kneel before me, human. I'm just kidding. I'm always been pretty devout though. Particularly religious frog? Well, unlike you we humans, frogs only have the one god, and if there's only one game in town, you might as well play right. Seems important. Or it seems rude to do this to those people. Don't take their side, they deserve what they got, but they deserve to be turned into frogs? That's right, they do. Those guys blasphemed against the frog god, and being stuck with those dumb frog bodies is they're just desserts. Okay, but are they all guilty? That one frog gave me the emerald to fix the statue with. Seemed like a pretty good guy at least. That was the one who stole the eye in the first place. He's the particular guy who wrecked the statue. And now you want to wreck it even more. You're the super devout religious frog, right? It doesn't make any sense that you wouldn't want to fix it. Look, if it means the humans get punished and my frog buddies get sweet new human bodies, I'm willing to take that spiritual hit. Well, look, kid, if you're trying to convince me to change my mind about this, well, it's not working. Shoot. If you want to try the argument again, be my guest. I haven't got anything else to be at the moment. I don't know that I've got any more points to make. Well, maybe if you make them in a different order, it'll help. This is the first time I've ever had an argument with anyone, so I'm still figuring it out myself. Let me catch my breath for a second. So is there actually a way to go around about this? Siemens, let's see, probably woke up first and stole the jewel. Again, that's just like him. At least I assume so, based on the only fact I know about him, which is that he steals jewels. Hmm. Uh, hey, you say that like being a frog sucks or something. Well, come on. I take exception to that. It's a species. It's speciesist. Being a frog ruled. Can you breathe through your skin? I didn't think so. Hmm. You said being a frog ruled though. Well, sure, but come on. You like, what's the things humans like? I'm really tempted to say the last one. Fuck it. Having sex? Oh wow, you guys do that too? This is gonna be amazing. Okay, but ooh, I can't wait to see what that's like. I've totally forgot what point I was gonna make. Hmm. Sandwiches? What's that? It's kind of a food. Get some bread and... Okay, I don't need the recipe. Maybe later. The point is you can't eat only sandwiches your whole life, right? You'd get bored. Hmm. There's gotta be a way to... I don't know what that is. My point is, you can't do all that every day for your whole life, right? You get bored of it. Hmm. Alright, I'm gonna try one more time, and then I'm just gonna mess with the statue. Damn. Turn the missing eye. Statue's one remaining eye twinkles in the dim light. It almost looks like it's winking at you, which does not exactly help when it comes to making a decision here. Maybe be a little more explicit about your desires, huh, Frog God? In the interest of full disclosure, I should point out that this is a one-way decision. If you mess with the idol, you won't be able to change your mind afterwards, so don't mess this up. Turn the missing eye. No, don't! You socket the missing emerald back into the statue. Both eyes flash with a brilliant green light, then dim again. No, hop you, you bat. Ugh! You okay? My brain feels slimy. Gross. Hey, are you, you? The original you? I'm the actual human guy. Yeah, my name's Roger. Thanks for your help. I think I would have gone crazy if I had been trapped as a frog for much longer. Although I guess there isn't a lot of practical difference between a crazy frog and a sane one. No problem, Roger. I was happy to help. If that's still true, we've got another problem. What's up? Yeah, see, I don't know how much you saw of the situation at this quarry, but it is a really terrible place to work. It does seem kind of run down. Doesn't need to be, that's the thing. We turn a good profit, but the foreman refuses to spend any more than the absolute minimum on the facilities and wages, and meanwhile he's eating caviar for lunch like he's John D. frickin' Rockefeller. Jeez. You should have seen his face when I showed him that idol. His tongue hit the floor like a cartoon wolf. He's getting yacht catalogs in the mail, while us that do the actual work got to take turns sleeping in one bed. Why don't you quit? We tried to start a union, but he just called in the Pinkertons to rough us up. If we tried to quit, it's the same deal. We can't even just walk out because he watches us like a hawk. We decided to take our chances anyway, though. See that tunnel back there on the left? That comes out past the trees, and if we snuck out at night, he wouldn't spot us. We could be out of here and well on our way to town by morning. You're planning to cross the swamp at night? It's not much of a plan, but it's the only plan we've got. The only problem is that tunnel's full of flies. It's some kind of nest. And you need someone to clear out the tunnel for you? That's about the size of it, and the size of those flies is real big. Swell. I'll need you to kill any maggots in there too, so they don't come back. Ew. Haven't got anything to pay you with, but we'd really appreciate the favor. Well, okay. Statue of some kind of ancient frog god, both emerald eyes gleaming. Oh, fuck. Part of the wall is bleeding. Great. Frighten them away. Insectologists, these flies are large and aggressive. That's two understatements for the price of one. You clear your throat a few times, but you put your hands over your mouth with your fingers entwined in a complicated shape and make the feeding call of the greater eastern devil tarantula. It's a sort of buzz, chirp, growl, hiss, whistle noise. The flies who can see you standing right there making the sound and could not possibly confuse you for a greater eastern devil tarantula leave quickly anyway, either because they're afraid you might summon one or because they don't want to see what weird and awkward thing you do next. And stay out. Destroy a giant pile of squirming maggots, also squirming pile of giant maggots. Destroy the horrible things. You're going to have to stomp them and squelch them basically individually. It's going to be super disgusting. Would you like to read a full description of that, or shall we just move on? Let's go! Just to be clear, there's no bonus item or achievement or other special reward for reading the gross version. It's going to be as long as I can stand to make it. Hit me with your best shot. Okay, your crack is the sound of me cracking my knuckles. You pick up one of the maggots. It's about the size and shape of a medium to large sweet potato, or yam depending on where you're from, but instead of brownish orange, it's a sickly white color. Rigid like an earthworm, both fleshy and rubbery, and covered in clear, sticky mucus. It wiggles and pulses in your hand. You drop it on the ground and stomp on it. It bursts with a pop, squelch sort of sound, spraying lumps of that pallid white flesh into thin, greenish-yellow juice in a circle around the point of impact. When you lift your foot again, it sticks to the floor and makes a slurp sound as you peel the sole of your shoe away. Keep going. You pick up 2 more maggots. They wiggle in your hands as though they can sense what is happening. The mucus covering them, and your hands now. As the texture and viscosity of slightly thinned down rubber cement. It glistens in the dim light and makes strands and webs between your fingers as you open and close your hands. You drop the 2 maggots on the ground and stomp on them, 1 foot each. Splorp, slap. The spray looks like lumps of old mayonnaise mixed with the juice from an expired camping glow stick. The added liquid is making the floor slimy instead of sticky now, and you have to move more carefully to keep your footing. You approach the pile again. Keep going. You pick up another maggot. It sticks to your hand as it wreathes, you can feel the glue-like mucus pulling softly at your skin, the fluids pumping around inside it make it pulse faintly like a slowly beating heart. You squeeze it, gently at first, then harder. It has the rubber resistance of a half-filled water balloon. Imagine a white balloon partially filled with warm green milk and how it would feel to squeeze that in your fist. There's a thin, high-pitched squealing sound as it bulges at the ends and then bursts, spraying you with, by appearances, rancid cottage cheese and antifreeze. Now's when you start to notice the smell. Keep going. This is a true story. Once, when I was in junior high school, I tripped and skinned my left elbow on the sidewalk, a patch of bleeding road rash, a little larger than a quarter. I washed it off and put a bandage over it and forgot about it, till a few days later when I noticed the smell, because my classmate sitting near me had noticed the smell and wondered aloud where it was coming from. My injury had become infected. The bandage was soaked with pus. The smell is immediately identifiable, but if you've ever smelled it, it smells like a lot like rotting apples. Well, at the time, they're completely brown and soft and have started to leak and collapse under their own weight. Close your eyes and take a deep breath through your nose and imagine that smell filling your sinuses. Except with an undertone of your sour milk. That's what you're smelling now. Keep going. You pick up a maggot in each hand and squeeze them. They thrash in your hands and squeal, a thin, high-pitched noise like a pinhole in an air mattress. You close your eyes as they burst, and warm, clotted innards splatter against your face, then ooze down and drip onto your shirt. You might expect their insides to be cold, but as insects are cold-blooded, but in fact, maggots generate a fair amount of heat through metabolism and muscular contraction. In terms of texture, it's like being splattered in the face with a bowl of warm bologna sauce. Or perhaps more accurately, if someone projectile vomited onto your face after eating a bowl of warm bologna sauce. The smell of rotting fruit and sour milk is thick in the air now. Some of the juice got into your mouth. I don't really have a point of comparison for the taste, but I imagine it tastes much the same as it smells. A little more acrid, maybe? Killing the maggots in 1s and 2s is clearly going to take too long, so you jump as high as you can and stomp heavily into the pile with both feet. The sound it makes is some sort of thwack, crunch, splat, all at the same time, and you're up to your waist in thrashing white mucus-coated grubs. You lift a foot but lose your balance and fall backwards into the pile. Imagine falling backwards into a ball pit filled with overripe tomatoes and a long expired milk, except the tomatoes are alive and crawling on you. Now they have covered you. They are everywhere. You rolled around, crushing the squirming maggots beneath you, feeling each distinct burst as the rubbery grubs pop under your weight and spray more yellow-green bile and lumps of white gristle into the growing pool of sweet and sour-smelling slime. Keep it going. Eventually you stop, out of breath but not wanting to breathe. It doesn't matter because the putrid glop has gotten up your nose and in your mouth and down your throat, regardless of your desires. You might guess that you had become accustomed to the smell by now, but no. You still smell it. You will never stop smelling that rotten fruit stench for the rest of your life. You're lying in a pool of chunky maggot stew, covered in the pulp of hundreds of burst grubs. Your clothes soaked entirely through to the skin with mucus and stinking green juice, every crevice filled with pallid white curds. You are the ungodly avatar of putrescence and filth upon this miserable earth. Anyway, thanks for reading. Hope you enjoyed it. Giant maggot. Looks like you missed one. It seems like it really enjoys riding around on your head, though, so you haven't gotten the heart to kill it. One muscle, one mystic alien, one moxie. Yay. Just automatically swapped my hat. What was my other hat? Moxie and HP. Nice. Back way out of the cave. Leave. No. Well, I did that. Hi, how's it? Oh my god, don't come any closer. What are you covered in? Oh, this? Mega guts. Well, thank you for clearing out the tunnel. Please leave this enclosed space and get some fresh air. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I was saying it more for my benefit. Good luck with your escape plan. Everything alright? I'm really thirsty for some reason, which is weird because water's practically the only thing we get to eat around here. Is it clean at least? Calling it that would be a real stretch, but it's alright once your immune system gets acclimated. I got this mustache to help filter it. Yeesh. Everything alright? My tongue hurts and I've got kind of a gross taste in my mouth. I've only been eating chew leather though, so that isn't really new. Well, it might be new in a way. What? Nothing. Okay, everything okay? Oh, I don't like to complain, but I'm so tired. When I took this job as an office assistant, I never imagined I'd be in charge of all the cleaning and maintenance around the camp as well. There's so much. I'm only one person. Jeez, that's rough. And now I'm having these weird dreams about frogs. Honestly, it makes me regret giving up a lot of them. Well, hopefully Roger's plan will work out. Is Grandma busy? Hey, leave my painting. Leave my painting alone. Why'd you say safe just then? Leave my painting safely alone. Are you okay? That depends on whether you're real or I'm hallucinating. You? I'm real. The frog thing, though. That was a hallucination, right? No, that was real, too. If you're about to tell me my shoelaces really are butterflies, I should warn you. I don't know how I'll react to that. Maybe you should get some sleep. Yeah. Well, that was that. Let's go to the frog bog and probably get mauled by frogs. Spot a shadow orb hovering around and decide to follow it deeper into the swamp. That might seem like a bad plan considering the old stories about people following will-o-wisps and becoming lost in the swamp forever. But a will-o-wisp is a floating ball of light, and this is the opposite of that, so logically this is actually a very good plan, except for how it leads you right into a group of tentacly shadow monsters. Sure, I'll probably die. Holy fuck. Oh, that is a problem. I love that this does 5 damage, and I need to do 6 damage to kill them. Cool. You won. The goodness of your plan has now been proven. QED. Okay, I fixed it, I think. All you frogs are just frogs now, right? Right. Cool. Right. In the middle of a soggy tussock, you find a clutch of grease grubs. You remember from college that their eggs are coated in a useful type of slime. Collect them. Cool, you collect enough slime to satisfy your slime needs, but not enough to affect the viability of eggs. Leave. Wait, did I? I did, yeah. I need Sleaze armor. I have no idea where to get that or how to get that. I needed muscle. I can, hold on. So I have stench armor from that. I don't need my mysticality anymore. So I can drink another potion. That could give me more strength. And I have, wait, also I could fucking, I can do this now. So that's complete. And I'm gonna do that. And then that's that. And then, yep. And now I can pair the feast. You poke around the cupboards, pulling out everything you can identify as maybe being Gatorman food, mainly telling the difference between old lumps of meat and old lumps of mud by whether it's got a bone sticking out of it. Since you don't know whether Gatorman avoid food with mold on it or consider it an essential spice, you compromise and only scrape off half. Then you pile all of that onto the table and garnish it with a sprig of parsley. Hopefully this will hold the guard's attention for a while. Bon appetit. You bang on the bell with a discarded bone, then crouch next to the door. The Gatorman guards all stream in and immediately start fighting over who gets the juiciest lump of whatever those lumps are made of, and don't notice you sneaking it out into the hall. Sneaky, sneaky. Forge presumably for hammering on terrible gator meals. Hey, go away. Do you think the Gatorman's taste in books is as bad as everything else about them? Investigate. Keeping the rust off your iron fist. Don't eat your henchmen. Tips for new rulers. Spot welding guide for ad hoc fortresses. Yeah, these are all pretty much what you'd expect, except, well, here's one that seems interesting. Making the most of your stabbings. Deal 25% of an enemy's max HP and physical damage. Grants combat knife in the dark. Knife fighter's guide to maximizing the effects of. Cool. You skim the book. There are so many places to stab a person that have never even occurred to you. Knife in the dark. There are some diagrams in the back that show the most painful places to stab each of the most common categories of stabbing victim. You could memorize it, but it'd take some time, some effort. I could do that. This hole leads down into a massive underground chamber. Found it, the least comfortable chair in the world. This is the real seat of power. Flush it. Hooray! Hold on, let me go back to... Probably nothing I need in any of these places. Oh, hey. Fish. Drowsy dirt fish. Dirty something fish. God damn it. Drowsy wetlands nasty bass. Sleeping slimy noodlefish. Investigate. The barrel says chloroform, and so does the smell leaking out of it. Woof. Dump it out. Since the guards are all in the kitchen stuffing their faces instead of paying any attention to you, this seems kind of redundant. Probably best not to make things any more complicated than they already are. I do want to give you credit for thinking of the Cola Wars gas mask, though. Nice job. Yanks. The items on the shelf are all too nice for you to look at, let alone touch. Loose, lengthy, rusty chain. Grab it. You're not sure exactly how long this chain is because you're not sure how tight you're supposed to pull the chain when you measure it, and also because you don't really care. As a seasoned adventurer, you can't possibly pass this up. This shoebox is waterlogged. A real survey of nouns. See if there are any shoes in it. Wide loafers. Widens your gait. This is either a pair of shoes for 2 people or 2 pairs of shoes for people who only like to wear 1 shoe, but on both feet at once. There are big ones. The box disintegrates. No, it leads outside. Okay. Let's go down into the gator hole. This hole leads down into a massive underground chamber. Attach that chain you found. There, that ought to do it. Climb down. Property private. How much XP do I got? 109. I could do that, and then I could do that. I'm gonna do that instead, actually. There we go. So now I just need that, and that, and we're good. This is crazy stuff here. You don't know what this object is, but... Oh, wait. It's got blood all over it. It's an altar. Huh? Where did he go? It's a weird pedestal. Touch it. Oh. Where we go? How did he jump like that? I'm serious. Go away. Whatever this is extremely broken. Try to fix it. Mysticality. All these blocks are clearly trying to move in a way that makes sense. They must have just gotten knocked out of alignment. Realign them. You move the blocks around relative to each other until they start moving in a more satisfying pattern, assuming you're a person who thinks a smooth circular pattern is more satisfying than juddery, spark-spewing chaos. Surely everybody is that kind of person. This has to be right. Yep. The device seems less broken now. Use it. Oof. 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 Ah! Disengage. Good grief. You wouldn't have fixed it if you'd known it was going to be so ungrateful. Cigarette power. You've been blasted with a bunch of ancient lasers, and it has awakened the ancient laser power concealed in the mitochondria of your cells. You can use 3 additional combat items per round. Jeez. That's actually pretty good. Thanks. That's it. I'm warning you. Kill you. Oh boy. Is this some kind of ancient temple guardian or something? It's shooting out a bunch of tightly focused beams of light that science doesn't yet have a name for, but which you can presumably assume you don't want touching you. Avoid the beams. Nice, nice. And success. Touch it. You worst I destroy. Goliath kill. Oh. Wow, geez, that thing really did a number on that guy. Search the puddle. You poke around in the mulch until you find something that looks more or less like an old iron key, except kind of blurry. It sizzles and twitches in your hand as you pick it up. Cursed key. You've been handling a lot of cursed objects lately, but this one seems especially dangerous. This has to be the key Charles mentioned. You look at that hulking Goliath at the end of the hall. There doesn't seem to be anything beyond it, and it looks like it could squash you in an instant. Best go back and unlock Charles. Make your way quickly back to the room where he was being held. Whew. Oh, I wanted to fish in the pool, though. Whatever. Unlock the cage. You found the key. I think so. It's kind of weird, though. Yeah, I don't like the looks of that at all. I'd bet dollars to donuts that's the artifact we're looking for. Couldn't possibly be the key to this random Gatorman cage in the middle of nowhere then, could it? Well, it might have some kind of key-related powers. Normally I'd advise against using it, but I don't see any other way out of this mess. Okay, here goes. Unlock the cage. Oh boy. The key shifts unpleasantly in your hand, buzzing and clicking through a jerky slideshow of shapes, as though searching for the particular slice of a higher dimensional object that will fit this lock. When it finally finds the right one, it jerks forward in your hand and twists, and the lock clicks open. Your hands feel numb. Thanks, Festus. Thought for sure my bacon was well and truly fried. Don't mention it, Charles. Let's just get the heck out of this dump. With no further cause to stick around apart from any unfinished side quests you might have, but you can always come back for them later, you escort Charles back to town. Let's go. Festus, you found the cursed artifact and brought Charles back home safely. I can't express how grateful I am. I don't know what we'd do without him. Thank you so much. I was, well, It wasn't nothing, but you know. Yeah, I get it. Don't forget to uncurse that thing before you go to bed. This key seems like it has the power to open any lock. That could be extremely useful. Would it really be all that bad if I didn't uncurse it? Well, I'm not going to drag you into the machine and force you to do it, but yes, I don't actually know what would happen if you don't uncurse it, but I assume it would be pretty bad. Look, you uncursed all the other things, right? Yes. Great, so go ahead and curse this one too, okay? Better safe than sorry. Alright. How you doing? Charles looks relieved to be back. Speak to him. Thanks again for the rescue, Festus. I'd have been corned beef hash with a side of eggs if you hadn't shown up. Ah, it was nothing, Charles. I basically just followed your wrenches. Here's your wrenches back, by the way. Nice. Knew these babes would come in handy for something someday. Don't you use them for, like, wrenching? Well, the 7/8, yeah. The 255, 256, not so much. Gotcha. What's up, Charles? Got something you might find handy. I finally found the time to check out this door behind me, and turns out there was an old bricked up passageway back there. It leads right to the SME. Well, that's pretty convenient. Thanks, Charles. Don't mention it, kiddo. Leave without mentioning it. You sit in the chair, which is surprisingly comfortable, and pull the weird metal dome thing down over your head. What would you like to uncurse? Remove your geese? Hey, Jessica, does this thing get rid of geeses? The plural of goose is just geese. Why do you have geese? No, geese, like a curse kind of. Oh, well then, sure, probably. Your finger hovers over the uncurse's control. Do it. Ah! Inside the contraption, you feel a whoosh, a pop, and a little pain, not unlike having your ears pierced. And indeed, there's a spurt of pus that follows the procedure, although not from where you think. The geese is gone. Good stuff. The cursed key. The key jumps up to the roof of the dome and sticks there, shaking and keening. That's the sound the key makes against the metal. The lights in the store whine, flicker, and then cut out completely. Dang it. Wait it out. Only when the power's out does the key calm down and give the most odious part of itself to the machine and drop back down on your lap. Light returns to the store. Fixed it. We had a spare light bulb under the cat. Uncursed key. 30 plus to meet item drops. Putting that terrible key on a chain has rendered it decorative. The key's curse lingers in the machine. It is itself an arcane lock to be solved only by a projection of consciousness. Do it. Oh boy. I have assembled everyone just as you asked, Detective. The victim's wife and the two men who were present in the passenger car at the time. I confess the truth of this murder continues to elude me, but no doubt you are soon to enlighten us with your great powers of deduction and observation. May inspect the body again. Hold on, how to drink water. Now that wouldn't be fair to the other passengers who haven't had a look yet. I see. But I will tell you again what I know. At 11:13 a.m. I don't know if this is important or not. Professor dropped dead in his chair after sitting down with his wife for a cup of tea. At this time, Miss Ryokenshi and Mr. Andretti were the only other passengers present in this car. Mr. Perry returned later. The rest I leave to you to deduce, Detective. I'm not going to write any of that down. I'll just hope that I remember that, and if it is important or not, we'll see. I need a moment. All right. Nicola Andretti, a businessman. Interrogate. Andretti adjusts his cufflinks. I told you I'd never even heard of this man. I know of Burgerworth College, of course, is an excellent institution, but I didn't know he was a professor there. Now, come on. Let's not delay our journey further. I'm traveling with 19 suitcases of exotic rubber to make new and exciting wheels at the factory. Detective mode. You observe closely to see what you can deduce. Exotic rubber, eh? No doubt from the jungles of Almodovar, whose local brand of nicotine I smell on his collar. Of course, the rubber plants of Almodovar don't just yield material for bouncy tires, but an odorless poison, lethal when drunk in hot tea. Why would this man abet the murder of a stranger? I suspect the answer lies in the resume on the table and the name printed on it. Martin Perry. Martin Perry, a youth. Interrogate. Young man is absent-mindedly but methodically disassembling and reassembling a fountain pen. As It's as I said, yes, the man was a professor of mine at Burgerworth College, and yes, he gave me a C and a D, but that's no reason to kill a man. Wouldn't you agree? Besides, at the time of his death, I was in the laboratory trying to figure out what all the bits and pieces do. The perfect alibi, wouldn't you agree? Detective mode. He's right. A mere C and D are no reason to kill one's professor, but is that the whole story? Observe how the boy tinkers with the fountain pen and the train lavatory. He fancies himself a mechanic, but he wouldn't get a foot in the door of that profession if his C and D stood for car dunce. Nobody would be able to hire him, unless the professor who awarded those magnanimous grades died. In that event, every grade he ever gave would be voided, and this young man could take a plum job in car manufacture and start earning the big bucks. Hmm. Ruma Ryokenshi, the victim's wife. The widow Ryokenshi dabs her eyes with a handkerchief embroidered with the words morning rags and wipes. A moment's privacy, please, detective. I had nothing to do with my husband's death. No reason to want him gone. He was a kind man and not a rich one. Everything he made, he spent on the roulette tables. He owned over 700 of them. That's the largest collection in the world. We were traveling to Yorba Linda so the mayor could give my husband the key to the city, but that won't happen now. Detective mode. You deduce that you should make some observations. Sometimes the simplest answer is the correct one. She says she had no reason to wish her husband dead, but the chemical stain in her cuticles and the fingerprints on the window above, which she opened to dispose of the murder weapon, tell the tale more truly, but the nose reveals even more. Observe the zigzag pattern of the medial cleft below the nostrils. It's called Petrie's philtrum, and it's a rare genetic condition she shares with Martin Perry, her son. The train. Yes, detective? Tell me again what you know of this case. Ray 11, the professor, dropped dead in his chair after sitting down with his wife for a cup of tea. At that time, Mrs. Ryokenshi and Mr. Andretti were the only other passengers present in this car. Mr. Perry returned later. The rest I leave to you to deduce, detective. I have solved the murder. It was never in doubt, detective. Tell us all what happened here. The victim was poisoned by Martin Perry. Hold on now, that's Claptrap. Everybody, that's Claptrap. Please. All will become clear. The victim was poisoned by Martin Perry with exotic poison from the Almodovar rubber tree to avoid his car dunce grade so he could make his tires for Mr. Andretti. Ridiculous. I'd give that a B for balderdash. Careful now, don't be a fool. You were gifted with great power. Great powers of deduction and observation. Now come on, use them. Let's take my leave. I don't fucking know. I'm not smart. Poisoned by Yumi Ryokenshi. Arsenic. Out of jealousy. Shit. By me. With exotic poison. To shut him up. God damn it. By Nikolai Andretti. I really don't fucking know. Fuck. Alright. Definitely poisoned. Cyanide. Yes. The victim was poisoned by Yumi Ryokenshi with exotic poison from the Almodovar rubber tree to avoid Martin Perry's car dunce grade so he could make tires for Mr. Andretti. Young Martin Perry dreams of working on cars and his fresh ideas excite Mr. Andretti, who runs a tire factory. But Master Perry's professor has effectively blacklisted him as a car dunce, unemployable. What to do? Kill the professor, of course, and avoid that odious grade. Here, the plot becomes most wretched. Master Perry's mother, Yumi Ryokenshi, marries the professor and arranges for him to be present on the very same train as Master Perry and Mr. Andretti, who supplies an undetectable poison administered by Miss Ryokenshi. Et voila. No more professor, no more car dunce, but there's one more thing out there our three conspirators did not count on. Me. Pause for applause. I'm not ashamed. Any parent, sir, would do the same, as would any manager seeking new talent with interesting ideas about tires. If you call someone a car dunce, you're branding them for life, and you're responsible for anything that happens next. How awful. The three of them, in it together? Tell you what, detective, at the next stop they can all get out and take the bus. A sick business. Quite so, but a wonderful feeling, I think, to be possessed of great gifts, great powers of deduction and observation, and to use them. Here's another gift. A gift, that is. Call it a reward. A gift from a train corner in a dream, or in something. Like the ring. Mysterious Ella ring. Nice ring, isn't it? Look at what rewards accrue to the powerful. Look how the world itself reveals itself at your touch. I must take my leave. Is that not actually it? I solved this murder. Yes, I know. Wait, what are you getting at? The victim was clobbered by me. A falling piano. Out of sick curiosity. What are you doing, detective? You've already solved the case. You were given great power and you used it. Don't you remember? Don't you remember the ring? You're being foolish now. Do I actually just leave? I thought it just, like, kicked me out. This remains unresolved. Yeah. Okay. I've solved it. Poisoned. By you. You're a fool, a fool. I gave you great powers of deduction and observation. I gave you the power to bend back the skin of the world and sniff up its insides. How dare you waste it? You really want to live without this power? You really want to live in the dark? Yes. You're a fool, and I wouldn't sully that ring on the finger of a fool. Give it back now, you don't deserve it. I uncurse you. Okay, it was him. Alright, I got it. So, did that curse effectively try to bribe you into not destroying it? That's a little disconcerting. You look at the key that once harbored its shadowy magic. It shimmers in the light. Upgrade 50% plus to items drop. Check your fingers and your pockets. No mysterious Ella ring. You are reminded of the great figures of history who wielded incredible power and chose to give it up. You can't think of anyone specifically, but the concept is interesting to consider. Who's someone famous who gave up great power? He's not famous, but my dad never eats more than he needs to at a buffet. I don't remember where I read this, but there's a rumor that Anne Boleyn had access to a tank but chose not to use it. No need, she said. And you know who else had a tank? Walt Whitman. Interesting. Very interesting. Hi, Jessica. Jessica looks pretty busy, but then she always does. Okay. Well, I'm gonna end the stream there. So, thanks for watching. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Gonna be playing some VR chat at 8 p.m. And then Saturday morning gonna be playing some Genshin, hopefully. So yep. Words and words. My brain is fried for reading all of that dialogue for 3 hours. You can check out my socials. I'd appreciate that. Follow me on Twitter. That's where I post when I'm going live and occasionally other things. Over on YouTube, I'd appreciate if you follow me there as well. I post videos and the VODs over there as well. You can check those out. Also, follow me here. so you know when I'm going live, and you can watch when I'm live. I also appreciate that. Trying to get to affiliate. I don't know if I've ever said that at all. Saying it now. Really trying. Need 3 average viewers, and that's all I need, and then I'll become affiliate, and then I can do all kinds of more things with this channel, and live streaming. Um, so that would be cool. Um, yeah, I think that's it. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see all of you next time. Bye.